This is BBC One. It's 12:15, time for Grandstand.
The showpiece of English football awaits the venue of legends, as Grandstand looks to say goodbye to the cup final, at least for a little while. This afternoon, I've got a chance for two sides, very much looking for redemption. Liverpool have to get over the disappointment of having lost the championship just 6 days ago, but they'll be confident against Middlesbrough, having beaten them comprehensively in the league. Liverpool themselves got here with quite possibly one of the best semi-final performances of all time.
He's got McAteer in support. Oh, what a lovely pass into McManaman! Steve McManaman for Liverpool! Scores for Liverpool, Steve McManaman!
As for Middlesbrough, they'll be hoping more it's what they could produce on the opening day this season, as do we.
Now Juninho, can he get there? Yes he can. It's Ravanelli onside. The flag stays down. It's Ravanelli! It's 3-3! Incredible finish!
And of course Middlesbrough know about big occasions, having successfully won the other greatest semi-final of all time.
Vickers. Campbell gets it back to Emerson. And now Andy Campbell in the edge area. What a delightful ball! Juninho! What a delightful goal! Magnificent!
The manager will certainly know a thing or two. We talked to Brian Robson after the disappointment of picking up his troops after getting relegated.
As a player, everything went quite rosy, apart from maybe, as you could say, the disappointments of a few injuries where I missed out on World Cups. But you're going to have ups and downs in football, and especially if you've been in the game for, a lot of years. And, as far as I'm concerned, I've been in the game more or less 25 years now. And this is the first time I've had a real disappointment as far as results are concerned.
So the Littlewoods sponsored FA Cup final is set. Here is the order of events for you for this afternoon. Good afternoon. Something magical about the morning of the Cup final, and it could be a magical game ahead of us today. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got lots to entertain you before the match kicks off at 3 o'clock. It's fascinating when you think this is the third season in a row Liverpool have been here at Wembley. They've won one, lost one. Could this be the rubber for them? And then you've got Middlesbrough, relegated this season, finalists in the Coca-Cola Cup, finalists today. It's telling so many magical and brilliant stories, as the Cup always does. We're very pleased that you've chosen him to watch us with us today. So First and foremost, to let you know about Wembley, and today it's a lovely sunny day. Feels like it's going to be a warm afternoon, certainly going to be the case. The fans aren't here yet. Wembley's turnstiles are closed. They open at 1 o'clock. So at the moment it'll just be me in the empty arena as we all get set. But don't worry, we'll start with something quite special. This season here we've been covering the Premiership, we've been covering some European games and the FA Cup, but we've got ahead and produced to you a comprehensive review of the season so you can see all the highlights and stories and find out just how we got here by the time 3 o'clock comes around. So first and foremost, it's time to start off with parts 1 to 3 of the season review.
The season got underway with the typical curtain raiser at Wembley. Manchester United and Newcastle United went toe-to-toe for the Championship. They went 1-on-1 this afternoon. And it turns out £15 million over 5 players versus $15 million on 1 might look like the better option.
Well, he's there, offering support, so too is Scholes, and Scholes will hit it, and he's gone in! My goodness, it seems Sonachek there, well, it seemed to anyway from where we were sitting, but Paul Scholes, just to the right there, played into Batty, played into Shearer, Ferdinand's there, and Batty's there too, and it's 1-1! And David Batty, who's not renowned for his goal scoring, has just put Newcastle in back in level terms. Dennis Irwin, Cantona, but Solskjaer's in there, and a chance for Solskjaer. Oh, tremendous goal! And on his full debut, Even Solskjaer, the £3.5 million man from Molde, has put Manchester United into the lead. And the £15 million man does not have too much to feed off. He might get something here. He's got Lee waiting in the middle. The ball pulled back. Lee, 2-2! 2 goals in as many minutes. And Newcastle are back in it. Beckham's corner towards Irwin. Oh, Solskjaer is in there. He might drop for Solskjaer. Scholes was in there. Comes to Irwin. Bit of a crowd scene there. Butt is in there. Solskjaer's in there too. 3-2. Solskjaer with a brace for United.
Manchester United ended up raising the Charity Shield that afternoon. It turned out to be the only final Newcastle United were playing in what would be a disappointing season for them. For Manchester United, it's a shade of things to come. At Selhurst Park, Manchester United got the season off to a winning way. Eric Cantona was on song for Manchester United, and it turns out the PFA Young Player of the Year scored the winning goal. Not quite from the halfway line, still vitally important. David Beckham opened his account for the 96-97 season. In terms of opening accounts matches, none could beat the brilliant action that took place at the Riverside, as Liverpool and Middlesbrough, playing the first games of the season and playing the cup final this afternoon, showed us they would have a potential for match of the season.
5 in the area still for Liverpool. Back to Barnes. McManaman.
Oh, what a wonderful way to start the match.
Collymore easily turning, easily scoring. Brilliant work from McManaman. Firm but fair and winning the ball back. And now this is McAteer. Is Collymore onside? Yes, he is. Collymore has made it 3. Janino decides to take it quickly and gets it back again. Mikael Beck, yes! And it's 1 back for Middlesbrough. Janino. What a delightful ball by Janino. This is Fabrizio Ravanelli. It's across the back. Incredible! Absolutely incredible! Into Beck. Stoppage time. Now Janino, can he get there? Yes, he can. Is Ravanelli onside? The flag stays down. It's Ravanelli! It's 3-3! Incredible finish! Worth every single penny! Fabrizio Ravanelli levels the match!
Ravanelli were going to have a phenomenal season for Middlesbrough, and in the first Monday night football of the season, a big game between Liverpool and Arsenal at Anfield. Stan Collymore made a great start for Liverpool, but Arsenal showed they've got a Dennis Bergkamp in their Arsenal. His phenomenal second goal drew them level just after half-time. It stunned the Kop, allowed Arsenal to press forward. Dennis Bergkamp ended up tapping the ball home after Liverpool forgot how to defend entirely. And on the second Saturday of the Premiership season, Sheffield Wednesday and Newcastle United proved us a little early season classic at St James's Park.
Good start really from Sheffield Wednesday. And given away to Guy Whittingham, and Andy Booth might punish him now, and Andy Booth has scored! Uses Beresford now, who uses Ginola again. There's the cross in there, Ferdinand header, 1-1! To Nicol, into Booth, Andy Booth again, oh what a sensational goal from Andy Booth! 20 minutes to play, Newcastle trailing by 2-1 here. And it goes towards Gillespie, yes! 2-2!
If Newcastle United were the great entertainers, Manchester United, you could argue, were the great Premiership champions. Despite an early setback against Blackburn Rovers, what was once the great title rivals of 18 months ago was easily settled as Manchester United and a new styling Ole Gunnar Solskjaer settled into life in the Premiership.
Solskjaer's made a run. That's a lovely ball. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer! Oh, what a fantastic goal!
Then at Roker Park, the last ever Time Wear derby to take place on a Wednesday evening, the Roker Roar was in full effect as Sunderland pulled off a famous win in front of their old grounds.
Absolutely ace, and I have to say, he's up there for candidate for a man of the match. I have to tell you, here's Niall Quinn. He's got Kelly to his left, and Kelly through. He's split the defence, but Lee's back, and the ball might break here for Quinn, who scores! Niall Quinn! Listen to the Roker Roar!
A magnificent night for Sunderland that celebrated a huge moment in their season. Turned out to be the catalyst which spurned their safety. For Newcastle, it was more disappointment. Further south down the country, another derby was taking place as Arsenal took on Chelsea. Arsenal took the lead after some calamitous defending by Chelsea, but then stepped forward Chelsea's new Italian connection.
Finds Burley. Wise. Vialli! Oh, what a wonderful equaliser! Lovely pass and move from Chelsea. Now Vialli. Will he flick one? No, he'll blast it in! Ah! Gianluca Vialli! A double at Highbury.
A stunning result for Chelsea, but it didn't end Arsenal's hope. They finished August top of the Premiership, followed by Aston Villa and Sheffield Wednesday. Sunderland were up as far as 7th. In the lower half of the table, worrying times for Blackburn Rovers. At least Wimbledon finally won a game after getting beaten their first 3. September got underway with England in action, hoping to qualify for the first World Cup in 8 years. Glenn Hoddle's side didn't get off to the best of starts, but the response, led by that famous old midfielder, got England going.
Lovely. Gascoigne's been brilliant today. Beckham. Oh, it's fouled Gascoigne! Gascoigne. Oh, what a lovely pass from Beckham! It's off the post! And Hinchcliffe has scored! This corner on the near side to curl it in. And it's towards Gascoigne! Yes! Beckham in space, never free on the far side. Oh, it's broken to Shearer. Oh, Alan Shearer! Only he!
England showing the strength of their comeback to really set themselves off to the perfect start to France 98. And Arsenal making a brand new start was their new manager, Arsene who some people acclaim, but Arsene Wenger would turn out to be a man which had revolutionised Arsenal, and he got them going in an interesting press conference.
You see, my target is to create a good team. Of course, when you buy big names, everybody is full of hope, and many times you're disappointed. You cannot buy success just by buying big names. So my target is not to bring big names, but big players.
Must have been eating his words when Arsenal went ahead and played their first game under him away to Aston Villa, though.
Townsend on the overlap. York to Townsend. Milosevic is further forward. Townsend's cross. Boy, it's a good one. Milosevic! That was a volley of pure genius. Combining with Milosevic, back to York. The 1-2's working, or could work the oracle here for Villa. The ball played in there, and it's Dwight York. Oh, what a wonderful goal! The two up front combining for Villa, and if it stays the same, they're going top of the pile tonight. Beyond him, Staunton to Henry, and Milosevic is onside. 3-0 Villa. Solo does it again.
A phenomenal performance by Aston Villa, that went top of the Premiership. That wasn't until Manchester United found their scoring boots against Leeds United. A hat-trick for their new signing from Mulder, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as Manchester United started to set the pace in the Premiership race. In September, Harry Redknapp got out the chequebook. A new strike force was in full effect for West Ham United, much to Wimbledon's dismay.
Becker. Tree says, get to the byline and cross, lads. That's what he's done, and there's Hodgson! Well, that was the plan to perfection, and John Hodgson puts West Ham United in the lead. Good strength by Jones to get away from Lampard's. Clever ball into Hartford's. He ran himself into trouble here. Mick Hartford looking across. What a wonderful equaliser! And Wimbledon have drawn level for Effa Koku. Julian Dix to take the corner. Bishop. Oh, Lazaridis! Off the woodwork, it's a tap in for Hodgson. It's a simple goal, as simple as Hodgson will score. Hodgson. 2 goals, he's been outstanding today. This is Lazaridis. Oh, he's looking for Hodgson again, and Hodgson has got it again! A hat-trick for John Hodgson! See them climb into the top half of the table for the first time. More questions may be asked of Wimbledon, and more problems could be arising. Indawi finds Hodgson. Oh, it's 4! John Hodgson, that's fantastic!
Perhaps the best performance by a single striker that season, as West Ham lit up Upton Park. In Europe, English clubs were just starting to find their own. A late-list third-man goal allowed Newcastle United to progress. For Liverpool, they had to rely on an even later Stan Collymore goal, stoppage time against Sion, to give them a lead in the first leg. But it spurred Liverpool on, who would play on Chelsea in the final game in September.
I'll tell you that Chelsea won the toss to kick off, so as a result, it is they that have put Liverpool in to attack the Kop. Oh, what about that? That might be the quickest goal we've ever had. Steve McManaman. Unbelievable here. It's not a great clearance. It's Steve McManaman. It's Patrick Berger. It's 2. What can Barnes do? There's your answer. A fantastic finish from John Barnes.
A performance that set down Liverpool's title credentials, where they completely blew Chelsea away. And everyone was saying, could this really be Liverpool's year? They ended up finishing September top of the Premiership, 1 point ahead of Manchester United, but it was looking like a famous top 4 leading the way. Bottom of the table, Blackburn Rovers were still yet to win a game. Sheffield Wednesday were yet to win any points since August. October kicked off with England in more World Cup qualification action. Glenn Hoddle's side hosted Poland at Wembley, the first game since that, the semi-final we'd probably rather not talk about.
Now it's McManaman. Looking for Shearer! Oh yes! It's Hinchcliffe. It's Gascoigne. It's Shearer! It's 2! And Alan Shearer finds just enough space
to get England their second goal. Shearer. Beckham. Looking for Ferdinand! Well, his performance deserves that. As England turned on the style at Wembley, all advances turned to Europe. Newcastle United got the draw they needed in France to get through to the next round. But suddenly, Liverpool found themselves 2-1 behind, and all square on aggregate until... Thomas. Fowler. Mark Kennedy. Oh, he goes on, the young man. He finds Collymore! Despite that, Liverpool were to be humbled at Upton Park that weekend.
Be handy if West Ham get a penalty. Here's John Hartson! Oh, what a lovely goal! What a lovely goal by John Hartson, the man they just signed from Arsenal. Now then, the 17-year-old, can he break forward? That's a good ball. It's Lazaridis now. It's a chance for West Ham. It's 2-0. Stan Lazaridis, the Australian. The leaders of the Premiership have been humbled and beaten. John Hartson and Stan Lazaridis.
Here's Butts. He's going for the shot. It's a lovely scoop pass to Giggs. Giggs is ball in. Cantona! Oh, it's a poor penalty in the end. Well, Cantona's headed it back to Butts, and now Keane. And Cantona. That was probably just part of the master plan, wasn't it? Give it back to your midfielders so you can have a shot from outside the area and score an outstanding goal. At the bottom of the table, Leeds United met Nottingham Forest at Ellen Road. Despite Leeds United taking the lead, a Kevin Campbell equaliser with 15 minutes to go brought the game level. It helps neither side in the long run. And then came the big top of the table clash. Liverpool travelled to Manchester United as this title race would have its first heavyweight battle of the season.
Being held up by two. United. Oh, goal! Well, what a start for United within 2 minutes? Nice ball out to Matteo. 2 waiting in the penalty area. Matteo still there. McManaman now on the edge. McManaman deflected and just got in, I think, has it? Yes, it has. I couldn't tell there. I thought he'd have drifted over, but it has got in, and Schumacher will have to take some of the blame. And Liverpool are level.
Well, something has to give this afternoon. Newcastle United with an unbeaten home record so far this season. Manchester United unbeaten. Won by goals to nil, and David Batty straight away has broken the offside trap at the moment for Newcastle United, and Alan Shearer has scored, and it's taken under 2 minutes. This is Ginola looking for Ferdinand. Good save, Peter Schmeichel. Ferdinand charging into the near post. Shearer in the middle. It's looking towards Shearer. It's 2. Beckham. Cantona! What a start for Manchester United in the second half. Beardsley. Oh, delightful dummy. Nicky Butt. Peter Beardsley! Oh, what a magnificent goal that could have been. Ginola. Oh, Les Ferdinand! That's amazing! Amazing goal! Oh, Cantona! This game is not over yet! Eric Cantona has scored! It's 3-2! Beresford looking for the run of Ferdinand, who has got there! It's Les Ferdinand! It's 4! Now scores. Beats them both and looks for Les Ferdinand! He does get his hat-trick! And it's 5! There is a monumental roar for an outstanding performance by Newcastle United, who have completely shredded Manchester United to pieces.
Welcome Newcastle United to the title race, and welcome to Liverpool with a wonderful performance as they played in Merseyside derby to remember.
Trying to find some space, Barnes sitting deep, heavy touch, finds Fowler though, inside the box it's going to come to Steve McManaman! And we have lift off in the Merseyside derby! Speed, this would be the perfect time to score. Here's Ferguson, he's found a bit of room, it's Ferguson, it's 1-1! Lovely ball forward to Matteo. Gets the cross in. Fowler! It's that man again! Looking for Fowler. Can he turn? He finds a bit of space. Fowler again! It's in off the post! And in the space of 10 minutes, and he's loving to winding up the Everton fans.
A £10,000 fine later, Robbie Fowler said it was totally worth it. The following weekend, Manchester United went to the Dell. There was no problems of kit clashing on this occasion. Manchester United ran out comfortable 2-0 winners, showing that they do have a turn of pace. But the side everyone slept on in October was Arsenal, who racked up point after point, and despite a disappointing 0-0 draw to relegation zone Leeds United, phenomenally, they finished top of the pile in October. The top four were separated by just a point, in what looked to be one of the closest title race in living memory. In the bottom of the table, Forest, Leeds and Blackburn Rovers were all sitting in the relegation zone, but you feel anyone in the bottom half had to be worried. Well, there you go, that's how things stood back in October. We'll find out what happens, we'll pick the story up in a little bit, but first and foremost it's worth taking a word with the manager. Now Brian Robson's got a difficult task. It's not like his side are going to be bouncing as Liverpool are being qualifying for the UEFA Champions League, although they've got to pick themselves up after losing the Championship. Middlesbrough have lost the fact that they're no longer playing Premiership football. Into Division 1, you wonder if the great signings like Ravanelli and Juninho will still be playing there next season. There's so many unanswered questions at the moment, and it's so important. So I went ahead and had a little chat with Brian.
Brian, this is a week usually full of joy, or at least expectation about the cup final, but of course for you it's been tinged with the regret of going down. How have you coped with the last few days?
I mean, everybody around the club on Monday and Tuesday, because we had a couple of charity events on both days, and everybody was down. But that's the reaction I'd expect from me players. I don't expect everybody to go around smiling faces when you've just been relegated.
Yeah. I wonder how difficult it's been for you personally, because I mean, almost everything you've touched in football has been successful up till now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I look at it where, as a player, everything went quite rosy, apart from maybe, as you could say, the disappointments of a few injuries where I missed out on World Cups. But you're going to have ups and downs in football, and especially if you've been in the game for, you know, a lot of years. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I've been in the game more or less 25 years now. And this is the first time I've had a real disappointment as far as results are concerned. So throughout your career, you're gonna have a couple of bad times, and I'll put this down to one of my bad times.
If you could turn the clock back, any other thing that you would change with the benefit of hindsight about how you approach the season or the teams you put out?
Yeah, I think you'll always look back and you say, well, did I pick the right team on that day, or did I get the tactics right? And you're going to make misjudgments on certain aspects of it. But I think the overall thing I saw where we maybe needed strengthening. Once I'd lost Nigel Pearce and Curtis Fleming, we needed strengthening a bit at the back. And it took me time to realise that before I sold Nick Barmby to get that money to strengthen us at the back. You know, things went on there, and we start having a good cup run in the Coca-Cola Cup. And the results after that were affected in the league. You know, we come off the back of the Liverpool game, and we get beat at home to Southampton. We come off the back of the Coca-Cola Cup final and we get beat to Sunderland. And it's because the players were a little bit jaded coming out of those big cup games.
Tell me about the spirit in the squad between the big signings you brought in from overseas and the local lads, so to speak. I mean, has there been a good blend, or has there been sort of a them and us kind of compartmentalisation during the season? Well, everybody will believe what they want to believe, and I think there's been a lot of rubbish wrote in the media about the problems. I mean, we have had a few problems early on, but
they were resolved, and people kept harping on about them. And I think since the turn of the year, you can see there's absolutely no problem within the club as far as team spirit's concerned. That all the lads get on really well together, but it took them a bit of time to get to know each other.
Because everybody says the big names are going. They're off.
Well, they know more than me then, because I'll be sitting down with not just my foreign players, but with all of the lads in the first team squad, and I'll be getting their thoughts and their ideas of how they see next season. And it's like I said, we don't know whether we're going to be in the European Cup Winners' Cup. So, there could be a lot for us to play for next season. There again, there might not be. And I've got to get players' thoughts on that before I start making decisions, which will be for the benefit of Middlesbrough Football Club.
Do you think the team will be in the right frame of mind, whoever the 11 are, will be in the right frame of mind?
Yes, well, it's like I'm saying, since the turn of the year, we've played the Liverpools, we've played the Man Uniteds, and apart from after these tough cup games that we've had, we haven't been beaten by any of them.
Yeah, but you hadn't gone down at that stage. Now you're just coming off having been relegated.
No, I think, like I said earlier, the players seem this morning to be that little bit more buoyant, and what they're not doing, they're not looking behind them, they're looking forward and being positive about the FA Cup final.
And if you win, it'll ease the pain?
It'll ease it slightly.
Sorry, don't know what happened to my voice then, but there we go. Fascinating review with Brian Robson. Well, will he be smiling at 5:15 this afternoon? I guess we'll find out. The final whistle goes. But now it's over to the newsroom and Trevor Burke to update us.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Debate raged yesterday in Parliament between the new Prime Minister Trevor Blair and the former Prime Minister Trev Major over whether the Spice Girls' popular pop group music should be used as a torture device to go and wind people up. As debate raged in there, Prime Minister Trevor Blair said it would be excellent for us to go ahead and use this to get people to yield. Well, Trev Major replied that he didn't think that such a thing was useful. Perhaps indeed they should be using something from another pop group. We call popular Trev Gear presenter Trevor Clarkson for his point of view. I couldn't give a flying all I care about them, honestly, can they create an environment in which we have affordable schools, affordable food, affordable mortgages, we have an affordable future, and we don't let up with the absolute cluster of a society that they're heading to if they don't sort their acts out. Strong words indeed. As for other news that's in today, not much. Back to you there over at Wembley for the Cup final.
See, that bleeper always gets used whenever we bring the news. Let's get back to our review of the season, shall we? We've got parts 4 to 7, so we're going to take you all the way from November through to February. A nice sort of review, so hope you enjoy everything that comes up here.
November ended up being a pivotal month in the title race and for English clubs in Europe. A stern test awaited Liverpool away to PSV.
And the ball played in there towards Zenden, not away properly, Barnes only half away, Luke Nealis now with the shot, and he's there! A disastrous start for Liverpool! Now Matteo, needs to be a good ball, it's behind, oh Collymore now, yes! Stan Collymore! Cocu now, into the area, it's away from Mark Wright, danger here for Nealis, oh it's gone in! It's heartbreak for Liverpool, and Nealis gets his second goal.
Liverpool with it all to do at Anfield, and all more importantly, Monaco with it all to gain after their victory and the away goal against Newcastle United at St James's Park. But it was back to the mundane run of the Premiership, some might say, as Chelsea blew open the title race.
Chelsea making most of the running, but it's still 0-0. Behind you is Vialli! The title race is definitely back in the balance now. If Chelsea can hold out for the remaining time that remains, Gianluca Vialli.
After their fantastic October, Newcastle United continue their ways, a derby against Middlesbrough and a chance to show some real championship pedigree.
Beardsley away from Juninho. Ferdinand Asprilla!
Asprilla. Oh, that's lovely! From Faustino Asprilla to David Batty. Does he have the legs? He's played in Les Ferdinand, who's got the finish! Good work by Gillespie to intercept Ferdinand, and look at the run again from Asprilla. Goes out wide to Ginola. Batty's continue the run, that's who Ginola's after. Batty's control, what's his finish like? It's superb! It is superb! 7 minutes, that half all belongs to Middlesbrough, and the opening moments are belonging to them at the moment, and the opening moments are certainly belonging to them, as Fabrizio Ravanelli gets one back. Gillespie, good dummy by Batty, he goes again, this is wonderful! Oh, what a goal! Ferdinand is in the middle, that's who the cross is intended for, and that's the result! With Les Ferdinand in astonishing form, he went ahead and replicated that for England as they travelled to Georgia to win their third qualifying game of 1996.
Again, that's a lovely ball. Look at the space David Beckham has. And his cross, and it's in from Gascoigne! Does get it out wide to Beckham again. Batty is pulled into the area. Gascoigne is right on the edge of it. Beckham though tries to go on. Oh, that's a delightful ball! That's a wonderful goal! Hinchcliffe looking for an unmarked David Beckham. Feature of England's performance. Gascoigne Ince. Sheringham. Good strength. Still Sheringham. Lovely goal. Lovely goal. Southgate into Batty. Gascoigne saw the run of Les Ferdinand. Lovely stuff by England. Gascoigne the provider, Ferdinand the finisher. Beckham again. Gascoigne. Fowler and Ferdinand in the box. And Les Ferdinand helps himself.
After the European qualification stage, it was time for the UEFA Cup to take precedence again. Liverpool and PSV incredibly found themselves level on aggregates, and what ensued was a penalty competition to decide who will be playing European football in March next year.
Start of an early goal here in the shootout. Oh, Vatrus denied him. Well, he can't do anything about that one. To get Liverpool on the scoreboard at least. Yes, he can. 1-1. Marcelo Ramos likes to run. Looks a very long run up, almost like a fast bowler here. And it was a typical. Oh, it was a poor finish. Fowler against Vatrus. 2-1 Liverpool. Luke Nealis, who also scored a brace himself tonight. Can he make it 2-2 as well? You bet your sweet buddy he can. Jamie Redknapp for Liverpool. The score remains at 2-2. The way to the fourth of the statutory 5 penalties of Jamie Redknapp. Philip Cocu, a very promising Dutch midfield player, can make it 3-3. And he's in the post! Can win Liverpool the tie here. Michael Thomas! No! If Van Bretta, the captain, doesn't score, Liverpool are going through. And Jordan saved it! And Liverpool, by the skin of their teeth, are through! But how? Why did they get it?
Liverpool rejoice, but Newcastle United had it all to do, and what took place in Monaco was an absolute thriller of a match, but ultimately it led to a run of results that ended up really hurting Newcastle United's season. Gillespie looking for Asprilla, who does get there, puts it across goal! Yes! There is the equaliser, and they have capitalised on it. Les Ferdinand levels for Newcastle United. It's 1 apiece, and the away goal to level the contest. Starting to find himself in the central role here, Asprilla, but he's lost it to Collins. Sonny Anderson looking for Henry. Oh, what a fantastic way to respond! Oh, good work from David Batty to win that. Now it's Keith Gillespie. It's currently 3-on-2 at the moment. Looking for Les Ferdinand. He takes a touch, he shoots, he does it! Les Ferdinand! Fantastic!
Oh, it's a lovely ball. This is Sonny Anderson. If he scores here, this will change the game. It has changed it now. It is Henry. Oh, how about that? What a future this young man has in football, you sense. Ferdinand. Oh, they have scored! And it might not be over! And alas, it was. A valiant comeback, but in the end, Newcastle United well beaten. Monaco would march on, and that would be Newcastle United's European football for this season. In the Premiership, Arsenal travelled to Old Trafford, yet to score against Manchester United in the Premiership so far. Step forward, Ian Wright. Vieira, a lot of room in the middle at the moment. Platt. Wright gives it straight back to Platt, that looks for the run of Vieira. Oh, what a wonderful goal that is! Oh, that is something else! Giggs' cross. The downward header is just parried away, and the equaliser is there from Solskjaer. Cantona got the header. Seaman could only get a leg to it. And the baby-face assassin strikes for Manchester United to level the match up in the 59th minute. Here's Solskjaer. Cantona. Solskjaer. Oh, now this is Giggs. Manchester United trying to get through. They're in the Arsenal penalty area here. Nicky Butt has done it! A late turnaround, a late moment with 2 minutes to go. Nicky Butt puts Manchester United ahead. Arsenal put that disappointment behind them the following weekend to play Spurs in the North London derby. And what took place there was one of the best games of the season.
Ross Winter's been down the cul-de-sac and he's found Lee Dixon here. He's found Merson, who stepped it, go wide! And stepped it in past Walker! Straight to Winterburn, now then, right with a chance. Away from Campbell, he'll get a second man and a cherry! And he's trying, does he take it? Ball played in for Anderton, faced by Keogh. Oh, Anderton went down in his storage and, oh, I think he's lucky to get that. It's a penalty. I think he's very, very lucky. Teddy Sheringham with the chance now to make it 2-1. Which he does, 2-1. It's tough to get it over the wall. Sheringham, yes, he's done it! This is Fox. Oh, what a lovely ball. If Sheringham can reach it, he can. He's away from the area. It's Teddy Sheringham for the hat-trick. He's got it! Sheringham completes the hat-trick and completes a remarkable Tottenham turnaround. Platt is on the scene here to his right. Platt will line up the right foot. Oh, he's got a wonder goal! David Platt! It's Dennis Bergkamp with this Arsenal corner. 3-3 with 5 minutes to go. Oh, it's got in! It's Pollard a substitute! The Romford Pele may have won the game for Arsenal and the North London bragging rights. Well, what have Tottenham got left in the tank? They must be deflated by that Power goal now. Power header. Well, what a topsy-turvy match it's been. Armstrong, Sheringham, it couldn't be 4-4. It is 4-4! Oh, what can you possibly say? What can you honestly and utterly possibly say about this? Sheringham gets all 4 Tottenham goals, and Spurs, at the end of it all, may have just saved themselves a point.
Anything John Hartson could do, Teddy Sheringham could do. All 4 goals in an amazing 4-4 draw at Highbury, which everyone was forced to applaud at the final whistle. And with that, Newcastle United lost the opportunity to go clear at the top of their Premiership. Chelsea's new signing Gianfranco Zola got the winning goal. But Newcastle United and Liverpool were leading the way. Arsenal, after a dismal November, found themselves 5th. At the bottom of the table, it was still worrying times for Blackburn Rovers and Nottingham Forest, and for Coventry City, which sunk into the bottom 3 and the relegation zone for the first time this season. December is always a tricky month in the title race, as Liverpool found out when they made a trip to White Hart Lane.
It's a time in which you find out to yourself just how much title fight there is as the Premiership games come thick and fast as the nights close in and the weather gets colder. And for Liverpool, their first challenge got a little bit colder for them as they found themselves drawing 1-1 after Raul Fox found a bit of room in the box and fired home an equaliser. Newcastle United got about providing their main challenges when they played bottom of the table Nottingham Forest.
Gillespie, Ferdinand, oh, he's got a horrible deflection and he's gone in. And I think he went in up Chettle. Crossley tried to correct the own goal, but he couldn't succeed. And if they can make advantage here as Dean Saunders comes on, here's Ginola. Oh, what a goal! Gabby Ginola with an absolute peach.
A side which was absolutely stirring the form books was Wimbledon, that would have their best month for the season and would end up 4th by the end of it with a wonderful comeback against Sunderland.
This is Ardley. Over to Marcus Gale. Oh, he takes one touch, and that's Gale. Oh, what a wonderful goal. As good as the first. Up to Marcus Gale. It's Marcus Gale now. Oh, he keeps his strength. This is through to Leonardson. Oh, and he places that in the bottom corner.
After the crazy gang shone in December, it was another opportunity to find out just who was going to beget themselves in the title race. Newcastle United travelled to relegation-threatened Coventry City and as usual took the lead, but a problem Newcastle United would find in December was maintaining the lead.
They thought they should have had a chance, but Alan Shearer has made a chance at the moment. He's away from Richard Shaw and scored. And you knew the moment that when Alan Shearer was onside, he was going to take full advantage. Gary McAllister is over this. Can he get it over the wall and under the bar? He can indeed! Coventry's captain, fantastic! Produces a fantastic moment. And we're level. Here's Richardson. Dublin. Oh, this is lovely! What a great goal that is! Coventry City lead Newcastle United. Noel Whelan with the goal. A brilliant move. An excellent pass from Dion Dublin. A fine moment in a season there has been truly lacking in fine moments.
Scholes, the substitute, who's just replaced Brian McClare, who's snapping at him like a crocodile. On heat, here's Roy Keane. He certainly adds bite to a challenge, does Roy Keane. Certainly has got that into his game since moving. From Nottingham Forest, here's Andy Cole now for United. Oh, what a wonderful goal! Andy Cole! 64 minutes on the clock, and Cole strikes again. Nickel again. Carboni in acres of space, and so too is Blinker, by the way. And Irwin is backed off, and a real chance here. Whittingham, goal for Sheffield Wednesday! 83 minutes gone! 7 minutes plus injury, and stoppage time to play! Guy corporal punishment Whittingham may have just put some corporal punishment into Manchester United's title bid.
It was to be a good month for the champions. They had an excellent December. The only peg back was that point away to Hillsborough. As for a potentially cancelled game, not a bit of it. Middlesbrough and Blackburn Rovers did play the best 0-0 game of the season. There were chances, just not the goals, that resulted in a little bit of December drama. And then it was the game of the season back in the spring. 1996 would bow out with a repeat of Newcastle versus Liverpool at St James's Park. A game which essentially became who will be Manchester United's main challengers towards the end of the season. A challenge that Liverpool responded to.
Beardsley, the former Liverpool player. Chip forward, it's Shearer, and Shearer! 1-0 to Newcastle! It's Alan Shearer, the local hero! And they switch to play nicely if Bjornaby can reach it, and he can. Sticking at Bjornaby. Uses Berger, the substitute. Good challenge from Barton. He won it well, Warren Barton. Terrific play. Now Ferdinand. Shearer sits up in pursuit, and the flag stays down. It's Alan Shearer now. He can make it 2 for Newcastle. He has! Alan Shearer and a double for Newcastle. They lead Liverpool by 2 goals to 0. It's going to be a tall order to get a point out of this now for Liverpool, but here's Barnes. Oh, now wait a moment. McManaman. He scored right on the 60th minute mark. Oh, Liverpool aren't finished yet. The third Newcastle goal, you'd think would seal the deal, but if Liverpool scored, then we're in for a Grandstand finish, and it might be the latter here because Berger's through. Berger's been through. He scored brilliantly. And we're going to get a Grandstand finish now. He's 2-2. 81 minutes gone here at St James's Park. Newcastle 2, Liverpool 2 in another classic here. Carragher the substitute. Oh, he's got in. It's Jamie Carragher. It's Steve McManaman. Steve McManaman. McManaman! What a comeback for Liverpool! St James's Park is silent! Steve McManaman gets his second goal! And Liverpool lead by 3 goals to 2 from 2-0 down!
An astonishing performance by Liverpool. It mapped out a very poor December for Newcastle United, but a brilliant one for Liverpool as they got themselves back involved in the title race. On Boxing Day, both Newcastle and Blackburn Rovers looked to try and sort their season out, and it was that same old problem for Newcastle United. They can take the lead, they just can't maintain it.
Support arriving from the soap. Here it is now. Oh, it's a fantastic save! No, it isn't! In from Chris Sutton! Lee Clark. Ferdinand. Shearer! Oh, what a goal that is! What a goal from Alan Shearer against his former club! And he jumps in front of the travelling Geordies to celebrate that one. Sherwood. Oh, James Beattie has come on and scored with his first touch.
Arsenal continue to get themselves back in the title race by avenging their defeat back in September to Aston Villa. Merson got the first goal. Dennis Bergkamp got a goal of the season contender for the second. But December would end up belonging to Manchester United, who in the penultimate game of 1996 were able to beat their local rivals Leeds United. A 2-0 win that just showed their quality as they started to get into that old rhythm, that old strive that they have about being the champions. And they finished the year 2 points ahead of Liverpool. They remain their main challengers behind Arsenal. It's a common picture that. Incredibly, Wimbledon were up to 4th. In the lower half of the table, Blackburn Rovers were still in the relegation zone when Southampton and Nottingham Forest all looking very bleak. But it looked in reality anyone from 11th and below would find themselves in trouble. And that would prove to be the case towards the end of the season. January means the start of the road to Wembley as the 1997 FA Cup got underway in the third round. Manchester United were victorious in the big live game. They were able to beat Tottenham Hotspur quite comfortably in the end. One of the shocks happened when Reading beat Southampton. A miserable season for Southampton, compounded by a Reading side also struggling in the first division. And then Sunderland produced one of the shocks of the round as they beat Arsenal and Highbury in a thrilling match.
Sunderland have kept possession. Another deep cross. Quinn. Bridges. Deflection. Goal for Sunderland. And every time Sunderland have gone long, it's caused Arsenal problems. Here's Blatt. Now it's Hughes. Bergkamp. Right. Goes for goal! Oh, what a goal! Michael Bridges, Quinn, combining again, runs arriving, this is Paul Bracewell. Gets a cross in, Michael Bridges is unmarked, excellent save! but Michael Bridges has reacted quicker. Sunderland are back in the lead.
After Sunderland's fantastic results, Newcastle United needed a replay to beat Charlton Athletic in another tight game.
Oh, he's done it! Mark Kinsella! Elliott will get there. Still Rob Elliott. Still Rob Elliott. It's Shearer! It's 1-1! Here's Batty. Oh, still David Batty. Nice pass. Alan Shearer takes the deflection, but Shearer on the second attempt scores. And it's Alan Shearer 2, Charlton Athletic 1.
Liverpool and Chelsea were to meet 3 times in the opening 6 weeks of 1997. They met first in the Premiership, a game in which Chelsea set down a marker for the rest of the games.
Long ball in. Well, it's Newton! Oh, it's off the bar! And again! At the second time of asking. Zola stands over it, along with Vialli. It's going to be Zola. Oh, it's magnificent! The magician from Italy has made it 2 to Chelsea. Nods it down to Barnes. Collymore. Oh, he's played it in. McManaman! And they do have a goal. Steve McManaman, who has had a superb season so far, has just halved the arrears. Got past his man well. And now Zola, he's been allowed to turn! And just like that, they're 2 in front again. No doubts about that one from Gianfranco Zola. Looking for Fowler. He's won the header well. Jason McAteer bringing the ball up now. He can get the cross in. It's Steve McManaman in the box! Well, he's got a goal. He's got 2 of them tonight. And suddenly, the last 3 minutes of normal time are going to get very, very nervy for Chelsea.
Liverpool didn't have long to put things right. They played West Ham the following week and were able to win quite comfortably.
Oh, give it away. Big chance now. Fowler, goal! And it's up towards Fowler. Oh, it's gone right through. McCott's going in. There's no yellow cards have been shown. Anyway, Dix with the free kick. Dimitrescu, good save from James, and it's in from Hartson. And West Ham do have their goal. McManaman, Fowler on a hat-trick, of course. Now then, McManaman to finish it once and for all. Yes! 4 minutes to go, and Liverpool have made sure.
Another side that was looking to avenge a defeat was Arsenal. They travelled to Roker Park to play Sunderland in a mesmeric game.
Low ball to Merson. Oh, that's a lovely run by Paul Merson. Here's Platts. Bergkamp. Oh, that was lovely. This is fabulous. Oh, what a goal! One-touch passing at its finest. Here's Kevin Ball. Now Quinn again. Now Bridges. Now Sunderland. Platts. Bergkamp. Brilliant. Sunderland 13 points from safety. Here's Bridges. Goal side. Chance. 3-2. Wright and Merson in the area. It's towards Wright, and it is 4.
A comprehensive win for Arsenal and 3 more points. And another side that was finding the back of the net and 3 points was Newcastle United. They travelled to Southampton and they beat them. A big result that put Newcastle United back in control. It also showed that finding form at the right time for them was their ace marksman Alan Shearer. You know, he's quite good at a shot, this lad.
Ryan McClare. Laid it back and nobody was there. This is a Koku. And Gale here has got goal side of May. It's Marcus Gale. And he has scored! Yes!
Beckham looking for Cantona, who has equalised. 14 minutes to go. Keane. Irwin's ball in. Oh yes! And I suspect it's an own goal.
Now speed. This is good from Everton. Much better. Ferguson plays it out wide to Barmby. Left by Branch. Barmby cuts it inside. Ferguson! There's the opener. Brilliant football by Everton. A really good breakaway started by Barmby's tackle.
So Newcastle on the attack. Oh, great play to Ferdinand. Ferdinand to Shearer. Shearer! Oh, brilliant! Brilliant shot there from Alan Shearer. Ferdinand now on the ball, try and pass it to Robley on the right side. That's a brilliant play. Warren shoots, pass it in. Ferdinand! Crossbar in!
Nottingham Forest put that disappointment behind them to play Coventry in a relegation 6-pointer, and for the first time this season they were able to get out of the relegation zone.
Can he get another master blaster away? Pearce left foot! Yes he can! Stuart Pearce, the player manager and captain, has put Forest ahead, the bottom side lead! Good ball to Dublin. They need something from Dion Dublin. Good ball. Now Whelan. That's a goal. 1-1. It's Noel Whelan, and it has been coming for the last 10 minutes. Chris Bart Williams. Chip forward. That's a good ball. Campbell's in behind. Oh, it's a brilliant goal. Kevin Campbell, the former Arsenal man, with 5 minutes to go before the break. But at the moment it's Forest looking for this third goal. He's got it from Kevin Campbell! What a sensational strike! Wonderful! Here's Sirocco for Coventry. Good ball back in there once more. Oh, it's come to Jess, who scores brilliantly! Jess makes it 3-2!
A huge result for Nottingham Forest, but disappointment for Coventry City that found themselves in the relegation zone. For Forest, the great escape was on. After a goalless draw against Wimbledon, Manchester United were tied level with Arsenal at the top of the Premiership. Liverpool seeking just a point behind them. You couldn't discount Newcastle or Chelsea. Southampton could see the rest of the Premiership starting to pull away from them. Middlesbrough and Coventry also in the relegation zone. As February rolled around, the form team in the Premiership was Wimbledon. On an amazing unbeaten streak, they went ahead and played relegation-suffering Middlesbrough.
Into Ardley, who plays it back to Leonardson. Into the box! Goal! What a start for Wimbledon! It's that man, Oyvind Leonardson. The crazy gang are one up. And now Juninho has a little bit of room to run into. Plays it into Alan Moore. The Irishman finds Ravanelli, who is one-on-one against Sullivan, and scores! It's 1-1. It's the perfect response from Borough. Ikoku. This is good from Wimbledon, and they've got a bit of space here. Earl plays it into Gale. Is he offside? He shoots. He scores. There's no flag, and Wimbledon retake the lead. Marcus Gale played forward. Here's Gale, the scorer of Wimbledon's second. And they could be in for a third here. Ikoku! He is! It's Wimbledon 3! Middlesbrough 1! Effort Ikoku! But again, the attack breaks down for Middlesbrough. Leonardson picks up the ball. Plays it into Harford, the substitute! Oh, what a finish that is! Wimbledon 4! Middlesbrough 1! And that is the icing on top of a very tasty cake.
Away from Barton. Is it with a bit of space? Is it with a foot? Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant for Muzzy, is it? And a break for Batty. Ginola, good ball. If we can get it forward to Bradley, and that's a wonderful header. And Shearer's in behind Pryor. And scores! What a piece! Ginola again, looking to find Ferdinand, who gets there, scores! It's 2-1 with 4 minutes of the first half to go. That's Ferdinand. He's giving it up to Lee. Now to Shearer. And onside. It's Lance Ferdinand. Yes, it's 3-1. Newcastle extend the lead. It's Lance Ferdinand.
Newcastle United kept themselves in the title race, and in the FA Cup it was 1 apiece in the first leg, the decider between Liverpool and Chelsea at Anfield.
Oh, what a goal that is! Improvisation of the highest quality from Steve McManaman. Here's Newton. Looking for the run of Burley. Burley has got there! That's an equaliser! A quality pass has unlocked the Liverpool defence. Craig Burley levels it. Up against Scott Minto for Chelsea. McAteer's ball in. Leboeuf gets it away. Good work by Barnes. McManaman. Berger. Berger! Oh, Patrick Berger!
Big win for Liverpool. Big disappointment for Chelsea. Their 26-year wait for a major trophy went on. For Liverpool, they marched on to the 5th round. Leeds United met Sunderland in the other replay.
Towards Quinn! That man knows where the net is! Now Palmer. Rush. Lovely touch. Rush. Spins past his man. Clever feet. It's Ian Rush! Oh, it's magnificent! He has rolled back the years with that finish. Lovely 1-2 with Sharp. Can he get ahead of his man and get a ball in the box? He can. It's Tony Yeboah!
Extra time is what it took, but it didn't matter. Leeds United found themselves in the 5th round. That man Yeboah getting the all-important goal. But Wimbledon's unbeaten streak would come to an end at the hands of Arsenal and Paul Merson.
Right. Looking for Merson, who's onside and scores! Clever little pass, Platts. Just trying to dink through Merson. He's done just that, and Merson scores.
And then the matter of qualification for France 98. The Italians arrive at Wembley. England and Glenn Hoddle knew this was their biggest test they faced so far, as Wembley geared up for its biggest game since, the semi-final we're not talking about.
Baggio, England really need to be a little bit more gung-ho in attack. They weren't really in the first half. Here's Beckham. Shearer waits in the middle. Shearer! England get the breakthrough. 2 minutes into the second half. And David Beckham laid it on for him. Crucial goal. I've said 80,000 England supporters here tonight. It's over. It's there. It's double insult for injury for England. Letizia now. Letizia! Oh, that would have been great. Can McManaman finish it? Oh, his first touch just let him down. Still at it though. And he played in there to Shearer. Oh, he slided it in. Would you believe that? It may be the luckiest goal that England get in the qualifying campaign, but if it takes them through, who cares?
England held out to win, a massive 3 points for them, one step closer towards the World Cup. Back in the day-to-day life, the FA Cup took precedence, and what a 5th round it was.
Sheffield Wednesday, the 2 games I've watched for Match of the Day have really looked good. This is a good ball from Blinker. Whittingham's done well. Whittingham scores! Sheffield Wednesday, in what's been a tentative cup tie so far. To Thompson. Graham Stewart. And that's a good intelligent ball to the right hand side. And Barmby did well. Another good cross. Ferguson jumping. Ferguson again. Headed out. Here's Thompson. Now Ferguson with his feet this time. It's scored! Brilliant comeback. Well, he's had 3 bites of the cherry, Duncan Ferguson. And on the 3rd goal, he gets his goal.
Giggs likes the look of this one. What can he do? Oh, it's brilliant! Absolutely brilliant from Ryan Giggs, who races into the corner to celebrate. Cleared away by Phil Neville. Now Ryan Giggs can run at the QPR defence. Into Cole. Solskjaer. Shoots! Scores! Oh, it's 2-0. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a lethal finish. Lovely ball over to Giggs. Nicky Butt making a run. Here he is. Shoots! Oh, it's gone under the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. United are 3 up. Plays it into Butt. Now Cole! It's 4! Andy Cole! Well, it was only a matter of time. Well, time is ticking away. QPR have given it a really good go this afternoon. Play forwards towards the substitute Matthew Brazier. Spencer shoots! Scores! Well, it's a consolation for QPR, and it's a consolation that they deserve.
Yornaby's corner. 5 in the area for Liverpool. Rob Jones just floating on the edge of the D. And the header has collided off the bar, and Fowler has put it in. Barnes. Clever ball to Berger. Clever ball into McManaman. Clever goal, Liverpool. Clever goal indeed. Jones. Oh, that's a clever ball to Robbie Fowler. That's a lovely goal. And that really is the tie finished off. Frank Rolling, the Frenchman, is on. This is McManaman. This is Fowler. That's McManaman. Second minute of time added on here at Filbert Street. And the clean sheet is not to be. Steve Guppy has the header.
Vesta's got the ball now onto the right hand side. He'll try and whip it into Ravanelli, who passes back to Moore. Middlesbrough are in the lead against Manchester City. Musto on the midfield in the City half to Ravanelli. He'll try and turn. He'll try to shoot. Oh, what a goal! What an unbelievable goal! Corner now for City. Try and push through to Heaney, but will Beardsley get to it? He can. Oh, he's been challenged. Looking close to get to it. Referees say playing on. Looking closer to Brightwell. We'll try and pass through to Uwe Rosler. Into there. Oh, looking classy. Whoa, this is going to be an absolute classic now. So throw in near the corner flag for Middlesbrough. Juninho just kick the ball in. We'll try with it to Vesta. Oh, it's a run. Oh my days, what is going on the back? What is going on the back of Manchester City? Musto will try and put it through to Moore. Moore to Ravanelli. He could be on for a hat-trick. He does. He has got himself with a hat-trick at Main Road.
No noise around Harry Kewell. Impressive form for him. He's won one like and he's taken out the lead. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. Portsmouth have a chance to respond for them on 11 minutes. Elliott to take it. He's in towards Bradbury. Ed's go up with his way for late, is it? He goes to turn it in, and turn it is equalised. Just like that, I did say, can end them. He's got Lee Bowyer making a run inside, and there's the ball into Lee Bowyer. He's never just making 3, and they have done. Lee Bowyer makes it 3-1.
Back in the Premiership, it was bottom of the table versus a side hoping to keep themselves in the title hunt. A huge game and a dramatic finish at St James's Park when Newcastle met Southampton.
Letizia, he's only got Ostenstad up front with him. So Letizia might be. Oh no, he's played it into Ego Ostenstad. No, how's his hold up play? Not bad. The ball played through. Big chance. Ostenstad 1-0 Southampton. 1-0 what a big goal that could prove to be for them! Gillespie. Good ball by him up to Les Ferdinand. Here it is again. It's Les Ferdinand. That's the goal! 4 minutes into the second half. Les Ferdinand for Newcastle. Oh, would a win for one of these two shoot their season right up there. And here's Ferdinand. Yes, for Newcastle. Les Ferdinand breathes new life into Newcastle's title bid. And what he means to everybody on the bench, even Peter Beardsley there.
Drama at St James's Park with big Les Ferdinand coming up with the goods. Newcastle United knew that was a huge win for their title aspirations. Liverpool, on the other hand, knew that they could go ahead and really clamp their advantage on Manchester United. Stan Collymore effort from the halfway line as good as it got in a disappointing draw, and then 4 days later, Newcastle United's title ambitions would come crashing down.
Had gone all out attack there. Hartson is through on goal here. He sees the whites of the eyes of Cernicek. Digs it over him. Oh, it's wonderful. Brilliant from John Hartson. And less than 3 minutes on the clock. West Ham have the opener. He's had a good tackle. It doesn't matter because Kitson has picked up the ball and plays it out wide to Omoyinmi. Kitson, the former Newcastle man. Hartson now. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. It's 2! John Hartson at the double. West Ham United double their advantage and are going to take home all 3 points here.
It was the most watched game in television history. Arsenal knew a win would put them ahead of Manchester United and in contention for the Premiership. Manchester United knew they had it all to do at Highbury.
It's come to Keane. Keane into Cole. Cole shot! Cole's goal! And that has stunned Highbury. Beckham's ball in. Cantona! Oh, that's amazing! He's just taken an opportunity out of nowhere. Oh, another brilliant save! Paul Merson's header. Peter Schmeichel's save again. Right. Back to Hughes again. Looking for Platt! Oh! Merson, nice turn. Merson! Off the woodwork. Hughes. Vieira's header! Arsenal have a chance! Oh, he hits the bar! David Platt!
Sometimes your luck's in. Manchester United rode theirs. They beat Arsenal at Highbury, a win which would have monumental consequences for their Premiership for both sides come the end of the season. Manchester United ended up finishing February just 1 point ahead of Liverpool in the top of the table, with Arsenal third again. Bookies suggested Newcastle United were out of the title race. With 10 games to go, Southampton found themselves 5 points behind a Middlesbrough side and the bottom of the Premiership, although it really looked like anybody from the top 11 could be in trouble.
Well, after all of that, the supporters are making their way into the ground at the moment, so Wembley is filling up nicely and the atmosphere is just starting to bubble at the moment as we get set. 2 people with me today who know a thing or two about bubbling. I'd like to welcome Trevor Hanson and Trevor Hill that will be with us this afternoon. Trevor, what a fabulous game we've got in progress at the moment. Very much an underdog, very much a favourite here today, as there is in the Cup, but we're due a good Cup final, aren't we? I think so. I mean, you look at the way this is set up and you say that absolutely, on paper, this is Liverpool. You know, they finished second in the league versus a side that finished 19th. All day long, this is Liverpool. The problem you've got is the Cup never quite defies expectations, and some of our finest moments is when the underdog steps up, when David steps up to Goliath. You think about, well, you always think about Sunderland, don't you, in 1973. It's these sort of moments that remind us in the Cup. I mean, when we've had it, we played a fantastic Everton side in a very difficult game. But I kind of think, as things sort of go on at the moment, you know, what's going to be interesting today is how do Liverpool pick themselves up? How do they really get a grip at the moment? Because for them, it was a devastating result that took place to them. You know, they had the championship in their hands. They've let it slip. Can they pick themselves up? Manchester United couldn't do it a couple of years ago. And arguably you could say they're a better side, as controversial as that is to say. So I wonder potentially if that's a factor today. Well, Trevor, give us your points of view on the game. You know, you've seen there, done that, know a thing or two about it. What would you say? yeah. To be fair, I think Trevor's point's correct, really. Once you've been relegated, that's it. It doesn't matter. You look back at those 38 games and you're going to say to yourself, okay, we probably weren't good enough. We lost too many points. We had too poor a form, and we couldn't get ourselves out of trouble. But we're a different side in the cup because we don't have the pressure of the league, and they'll look back at the Coca-Cola Cup final. I thought they really sort of fell apart. That was very disappointing. But they'll look at the fact that they've played here and they could learn from this. You know, it's the old saying, really. You know, you learn from a mistake. If you don't, then you're an idiot. Learn from what went wrong that day with the players. Too amps, not focused enough. Something didn't work that afternoon. They were too open. Defensively, I didn't think that they played. They sit far too high up the pitch and really played into Leicester's hands. They would have done their homework on this game for the last sort of week. So I think Middlesbrough may have a lot less pressure on them. As for Liverpool, that go in as favourites, go in having lost the league and have all that pressure to overcome. So I think it'll be massive for them. Well, we'll have more from Trevor and Trevor throughout the afternoon, but now it's time to go back to part 8 of our season review, and the springtime is here.
March would be a difficult month for Manchester United, but a brilliant start it was for Sunderland. David Kelly's goal in the last minute allowed Sunderland to beat Manchester United at Roker Park, a result which blew open the title race. And then at Anfield, repeat on from the 4-3 just 12 months ago, Newcastle United's fate title ambitions held by a thread which Liverpool decided to cut in a brutal performance.
Prepared to go for this, and Berger is prepared to go early, and prepared to score! Perhaps the quickest goal of the season! Under a minute, Liverpool lead!
McManaman, a little bit of space, got options. McAteer is one of them. Can he provide a cross? It's blocked in the end. No, it isn't. It has to be well saved. Another rebound and a tap in for Berger for 2. Calamitous defending from Newcastle. This is Asprilla. This is Alan Shearer. That is 2-1. And Newcastle United have a way back in the match. There's Newcastle United that need a goal. Here's Shearer. Oh! It wasn't to be for Newcastle United that knew the title was beyond them then. For Liverpool, they had a lead in the title race and real momentum. A momentum in which they would carry over into the FA Cup. Patrick Berger, that was the PFA Player of the Month, went ahead and got the goal as they beat Leeds United 1-0. Then, at the racecourse, Newcastle United hoped to get their season back on track to Wrexham.
Back to Beardsley. Shoots! It's wonderful from Peter Beardsley! Peter Beardsley. Shoots! Scores! Peter Beardsley! Well, I said Wrexham had to close him down. They didn't close him down. And that is surely that.
The shudders every time he's appeared on Match of the Day, and here he goes now. It's Andy Bird, and a chance at a goal. Schmeichel couldn't stop it, and Andy Bird puts Sheffield Wednesday ahead against the FA Cup holders and favourites. In the second half, we've had 3 minutes of it. Here's Giggs, Cole now. It's Andy Cole. It's there. And here at Middlesbrough, early on in the season, where it's Sheffield Wednesday doing all the attacking. It's all Man United now. It's loose. It's goal. It's there. Half an hour to play. Manchester United have turned it around, and it's Andy Cole after the ball. Can Benito Carboni come up with a little bit of magic? Andy Booth trying to play it in. It's David Hurst. It's there for Sheffield Wednesday. David Hurst has equalised. They're never beaten until the first whistle. Sheffield Wednesday. David Pleat's side have made a stern Yorkshire stuff.
Derby County was 7 minutes away from knocking Middlesbrough out to the FA Cup. That was until a mistake in the area was pounced upon by Fabrizio Ravanelli and forced a replay and denied Derby County their first semi-final in many a year. Back in all matters of the Premiership, Liverpool got their title challenge back underway against Nottingham Forest.
Barnes, let's fly! Oh, what a superb goal for Barnes! Liverpool in the lead with 7 minutes played at the City Ground. Here's Steve Stone playing it in there front. Oh, don't get the other end! It's there! What a response from Nottingham Forest! Van Hooydonk makes it 1-1. Wound to take it. And it goes towards Campbell, who got up. And Liverpool get it out. And it's Robbie Fowler down the upper end now. He's a bit isolated. It's just one of him against 3 Forest defenders. And it's still Robbie Fowler. He's got support from Rob Jones of all people. And here's Fowler. Oh, they snatched it. Liverpool snatched the lead.
Another late show from Liverpool. It was to be a sign of things to come in the run into the season. And then in the warm-up to the Coca-Cola Cup, Middlesbrough got 3 vital points away to Filbert Street. Ravanelli got the first goal. Is it equalised for Leicester City? And then
Alan Moore for Borough. Oh, it's a lovely through ball. Now Ravanelli, what can he do? Oh, what a goal that is! Fabrizio Ravanelli at the double! And that was a screamer!
a fantastic goal by Ravanelli and a fantastic showdown between Arsenal and Liverpool as two sides battled to see who would go top of the FA Carling Premiership.
Vieira loses it to Collymore. Sets up McAteer. Space for Fowler. Chance for Fowler. Goal for Fowler. And David Seaman's first action after returning from injury is to collect the ball from the net. Redknapp to swing this corner out. Burger! 2-0! And our Liverpool making a statement. Platts with a free kick. And Arsenal have a way back in it! Dennis Bergkamp. Bergkamp. Oh, this is nice. This is Platts. Oh no, is he brought down? Penalty! Yes! David Platt is on the spot. It's two apiece! Collymore flicking it through to Steve McManaman, who's got away from Keown. It's Steve McManaman for Liverpool! Oh, David Seaman! McAteer back to Barnes. A lovely Jason McAteer! How a brilliant a moment was that!
A moment that will be remembered for a long time. A brilliant win for Liverpool and a dramatic defeat for Arsenal that really dented their title credentials. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the Premiership, there was more late drama at Roker Park as Forest played Sunderland.
Play the ball into Brian Roy, who's onside. Roy! 1-0. Forest turn the lead. Here's Chris Waddle. Through to Michael Bridges. Can he score? He can! The roof has come off now at Roker Park. And Forest, an Hooydonk, who really should have squared it a few moments ago. This time plays a brilliant ball through for Brian Roy. And Roy is onside. Brian Roy to win it for Nottingham Forest, surely. Yes!
It was a huge result for Forest. They're in the midst of their great escape. Bottom at Christmas, the real revival was underway. In the FA Cup replays, Manchester United quite comfortably beat Sheffield Wednesday. Cantona was on the score sheet, and so was Paul Scholes, moving and really starting to excel in life in his midfield role, called an audacious goal. And then in the other replay,
Pass out there for challenge. Goes back to Juninho, who whips it in towards Ravanelli! Finding Carsley once again. Bunny Ward, lovely turn. Oh! Well, how about that for a finish? Moore, looking for a cross. Looking towards Beck, it's Beck! Wonderful header! And Middlesbrough lead again!
Something about Middlesbrough in the Cup that season, they found themselves in yet another semi-final. Liverpool, though, would not find themselves in the European semi-final. Beaten at home to Paris Saint-Germain in the UEFA Cup quarter-finals, they would bow out despite an excellent 1-1 draw in Paris. But for Liverpool, all matters championship was on the cards for them now. Manchester United finished March just as they started it, with a surprise defeat. This time it was at home to Derby County, and a wonderful goal by Paulo Wanchope was enough to beat them. The response required from Liverpool the following day was one that people said was that of champions, as they demolished Coventry City at Anfield in a fantastic performance. Robbie Fowler excelling, his second goal really epitomising just what Liverpool were all about. Steve McManaman, the Football Writers Player of the Year, he got the third goal in an excellent performance before in the second half Fowler found himself unmarked in the penalty area to head home John Barnes' corner. It was a wonderful performance from Liverpool, and there was talk of the double, you know. Not been that way for a while here. At the end of March, Liverpool were 5 points clear of Manchester United with 6 games to go. Arsenal was still in the title hunt. Newcastle's title ambitions were very much over. Bottom of the table, Southampton was adrift of everyone else, but realistically anyone from Blackburn Rovers to Coventry City could face relegation. Well, the championship race certainly hopping up as the review's going. Let's go ahead and speak to our match commentator this afternoon. Third year in a row he's come and joined it for us. Trevor Davis is in the gantry today, and Trevor, how do you see this afternoon going? Thank you. Yes, Wembley itself, I was on the touchline nod earlier on and looking at the pitch. It's magnificent as it always is, but some people talk about Wembley legs, and there's always that thing around, if you've got 11 players, for some reason only 7 or 8 turn up to a Wembley final. There's just something about here today. The occasion, the pressure, the pitch is a lot wider than what a lot of teams do play on normally, and that could be a factor that affects this afternoon. It's worth pointing out. When you look at it statistically at the moment, you have to say Liverpool, although in the cup competitions this season, Middlesbrough have that 2-1 win in the Coca-Cola Cup. In the Premiership, let's hope that's more we saw on the opening day of the season when it was that excellent 3-3 draw, and less of the 5-1 win that we know Liverpool are capable of. And that's sometimes it in the FA Cup. What you're capable of and what you can deliver are two completely different things that you may find normally in your home grounds. I'm confident we'll see a good cup final today. I'm confident we'll see a competitive, not necessarily sure about a quick start at the moment. Jackie Milburn's 45-second goal for Newcastle, I think, may be okay today, although there's always the chance that someone may try and go earlier. But I would say today it could be a good game between two sides that like to play attacking football, passing football. As Brian Clough used to say, if their football was designed to be played in the air, he would have put grass there. I think we could be in for a good one. There we go. Trevor Davis will be the match commentator this afternoon. So let's go back to our review of the season, and it's part 9 now, and we get to April. And if you are tuning in to watch this, watch 2 of the greatest FA Cup semi-finals of all time. Enjoy. April arrived, and England were back in qualification action, hosting a warm spring evening and playing Georgia. Things weren't quite going to plan that night. This is Lasso. Ince. Oh, it's set up. Shearer! Who scores? This is King Gladse. Schulte over Gladse to shoot and turn and score! Beckham. Still Beckham. It's in! It's there! Gakadze. That's a wonderful ball. Gakadze's in space on the edge of the area. Namanadze. Shultaradadze! And so often that happens. It was a setback for Glenn Hoddle's side and for England that knew that their next games to come would be vital. In all matters Premiership, Manchester United were back on it, a 2-0 win against Middlesbrough that put the pressure on Liverpool, who were 5 points ahead. But Liverpool, the way they responded was not quite what everyone expected, buckling ever slightly under the pressure when they found themselves behind. That was until they found an equaliser through Robbie Fowler. Comes to nothing. Not a great clearance though. This is Michael Owen. This is Robbie Fowler! And this is the sort of moments you've got to produce in championship challenges. Robbie Fowler does it for Liverpool. The Premiership was put to bed for a week as the FA Cup semi-finals took precedence. At Old Trafford it was a derby day as Newcastle took on Middlesbrough in one of the games of the season. Ball in, which is picked up by Beck. 1-0, out of nothing, out of absolutely nothing. Middlesbrough take the lead. Asprilla, Beardsley, up for the shot, up for the goal. Absolutely Peter Beardsley. The captain's response. Lee to Shearer. Oh, good save, but tapped in by Asprilla. Blackmore's ball in. Oh yes, it's there! It's back! It's game on now! And it's probably no more than Middlesbrough deserve. Oh, it's stroked in fantastically by David Batty. 90 seconds to go. Janino. Oh, it might happen! It's Campbell! It is there! This is incredible! Here is more. This is Janino. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! He hits it. Hits it brilliantly, and it takes a deflection. It flies in. It's 4-all. Goodness gracious me! What a sliding effort there from David Batty. Oh, he's off! Batty's off! Vickers. Campbell gets it back to Emerson. And now Andy Campbell in the edge area. What a delightful ball! Janino! What a delightful goal! Magnificent! A 9-goal thriller, and Middlesbrough through to their second final at Wembley this year. Newcastle United season would end trophyless. A moment which would be remembered for all at Middlesbrough and one of the greatest games there has ever been. In the other semi-final, Manchester United took an early lead when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer headed in Karol Boborski's cross. Then, in the 90th minute,
he's decided to go short. Barnes with the cross in. Can they get this shot away? Yes, they can! Oh my word! Steve McManaman has scored for Liverpool right at the death!
it finished 1-1 after extra time, so they met again for a repeat, an FA Cup semi-final replay under the lights at Villa Park. It was a thriller.
Back to Barnes, plays it into Collymore, Stan Collymore! Goal for Liverpool! Stan Collymore with it! David Beckham scores! Brilliant from Beckham! Absolutely superb, unstoppable strike! Michael to Giggs, who gives the ball away, and now Robbie Fowler for Liverpool. Collymore, back to Fowler! Fowler's in! Fowler scores! It's 2-1 to Liverpool! Dennis Irwin gets his delivery in. Giggs! Good save! But it's a goal by Ryan Giggs! 20 minutes on the clock, and it's 2 each. Solskjaer, Cole, he spotted Giggs' run on the left-hand side. What can Giggs do here? He can find Solskjaer! Liverpool behind! Manchester United are in front! It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer! Fowler! Robbie Fowler! Oh my word! What a response from Liverpool! Robbie Fowler! Fowler Good ball into Collymore. He's got McAteer in support. Oh, what a lovely pass into McManaman. Steve McManaman for Liverpool. Scores for Liverpool, Steve McManaman.
For Manchester United, it felt like their season was crashing down behind them. They wouldn't make Wembley for 4th year in a row. The European Cup game was hanging on the balance, and they were behind in the lead to Liverpool, that celebrated gleefully, knowing they'd be at Wembley again. And it was this late form that Liverpool kept as they played Sunderland at Roker Park.
Oh, and it'll fall to Bridges! Goal for Sunderland, Michael Bridges! The teenager strikes! Now Fowler, now McManaman! Equaliser for Liverpool! Steve McManaman gets it! It's now or never for one of these teams. Carragher lumps it forward to McManaman. It's a good header to Fowler. Now Berger. Back to Robbie Fowler. McManaman. Oh, what a goal from Steve McManaman! He's broken Sunderland hearts! And is that the goal to wrap up the title for Liverpool?
Poborski into Butt. Cantona. Lovely change of feet. Cole took it beautifully. Great goal. Poborski. Couple of outside of the boot passes were nice. Giggs threads it through for Cole. Oh, he's got another. Well, this Ewood Park crowd has been silenced.
Roy, good touch, great finish, yes, wonderful goal. Really, really good play. Only as far as Buck Williams, now it's Clough, now it's Roy, and now it's 2-0. That is huge. Juninho, Robbie Mustoe, oh! Game on now. Clever pass, Roy's on a hat-trick, and he's got one! Shot was deflected and in. It could be Nottingham Forest's great escape. A hat-trick from Brian Roy really gave them a chance. It piled on the misery at Middlesbrough. At Anfield, the biggest game of the season took place. Manchester United were the visitors. Liverpool knew victory there will put them 6 points clear and one hand firmly on that Premiership trophy. But Manchester United knew if they were to win, they would go level on points, but ahead on goal difference. It was a game which forced you to have a very sharp start. Such a highly charged match. Manchester United, of course, winners over Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League semi-final, so we've got European finalists. And Scholes has played in Andy Cole with an early chance and an early goal. Cantona. Now it's Beckham. Cole is free. So Scholes. The clearance is not great. It's come to Cole again. For Manchester United, it's 2. Oh, it's Say! Fowler. Now here's Bjornemy. Crosses in towards Collymore. Manaman. Bjornemy. Another chance for Collymore. Liverpool have got to go away to Goodison Park. Here's McManaman. Oh, excellent save by Schmeichel. It's broken to Fowler! Yes! Liverpool have something! McManaman running ahead of him. This is Steve McManaman! Oh, how unlucky was that? Fowler. McManaman! Oh, he hit it straight to Schmeichel. Perhaps a turning point for Manchester United. European Cup finalists. Now they're ahead in the Premiership. Liverpool have it all to do chasing. Many said Liverpool threw it away that afternoon. Manchester United knew that the job wasn't done yet. Both they and Liverpool were level on points, but goal difference separated them at the top. Arsenal, despite 4 points behind, mathematically was still in with a shout.
Southampton were closing the gap on the rest of the relegation teams, but realistically it was looking like their days were numbered. As for Blackburn Rovers and Everton, you felt just one more win and they'd be safe. First and foremost, chaps, we've got to talk those FA Cup semi-finals. The best ever? Yeah, I think so. A 9-goal thriller that Middlesbrough won, and a 7-goal thriller that Liverpool won in the replay. I mean, let's not forget Liverpool equalised in the last minute of the match to take this game here. And wonderful sort of moments that they were able to do that. But yeah, 2 cracking games. If we get anything half as good, I think we'll be incredibly lucky. Well, we'll wait and see. Well, a couple of chaps that are very lucky. Pitch side for us, sitting by the tunnel. Trevor Linekers with Trevor Lawrenson. Thank you. Yes, we're getting busier, we're getting louder, we're getting set for the cup final. I've got Trevor Lawrenson with me here, and what do you see about today's game at the moment? Down here, the pitch, it feels very warm at the moment. Certainly, I think that's going to sap the legs to the players. You know, 3 o'clock, high sun. That is going to be a factor to go here today. I think tactically here it depends on how fit Fabrizio Ravanelli is for Middlesbrough. If Liverpool can keep him quiet, I think Liverpool win this game today. But they're also carrying knocks. Stan Collymore, we know, is not quite recovered from that calf injury. And it just sort of goes from Liverpool. Who have they got to sort of make changes to bring into the side? I think one of the factors that's going to be crucially important today, we haven't talked about it, is going to be the midfield battle. Emerson and Juninho versus Redknapp and Barnes, I believe, most likely. That's going to be the interesting conflict between those two, how they handle the game. Emerson and then Juninho, we know they're highly skilled, and we know exactly John Barnes is a fantastic player. And Jamie Redknapp, we almost know here, last summer famously got England passing against Scotland, and I think that could be a key factor today. Well, looking at both managers, Roy Evans, his first full season he won the League Cup, got to the final last season, very nearly won the Championship. What went wrong for Liverpool? I think the pressure got to them. I think you look at the Liverpool side, other than John Barnes, who else has ever won a Championship before? And I think that showed. And when they were at 5 points, there's some crucial moments to me that stand out. The draw against Wimbledon, where they didn't really show up and play particularly well. We all said at the time that's a good draw to get, but really had they won that, they'd be flying. The performance, particularly the first 20 minutes against Manchester United at Anfield, I thought wasn't good enough. They allowed Man United to get too far ahead. They came back into the game and they finished really strong. United were tired from their European Cup semi-final, but they held on. And then the 0-0 draw against Spurs, really. It's fine margins, but you look at that season and they look a side that felt like they'd already lost the league going into the game. They needed experience to know they still had to keep going and keep pushing. And that was the point where they threw the season away. Well, either way, we know that there is a lovely atmosphere building here this afternoon, and we know we could be in for a cracking cup final. Thank you very much. So now it's time to go through the final review of the season. We're into May, and here are the crucial moments as the championship was decided. May arrived and Manchester United had a crunch game against Newcastle United. Some would say this should have been the title showdown, but in the end, Manchester United were up for the challenge at Old Trafford.
Ryan Giggs. Looking for support, might not need it. Let's fly with his right foot, who finds the bottom corner. It is the perfect start for Manchester United. Ryan Giggs with a rocket. And he comes up to Shearer. Rob Lee to Ferdinand. Now Shearer. Now Beardsley. Oh, it's a lovely ball, and David Ginola, the substitute, is away. Ginola for Newcastle. Scores! But here's Beckham for the hosts. Now Roy Keane. Play back to Beckham. Good ball in. Cantona! Oh, they're straight back ahead. Eric Cantona!
A massive win for Manchester United. It looked like the title was in their destiny.
certainly in one hand anyway. But Liverpool knew to wrestle it back out of them, they had to perform in the Merseyside derby. Gets away from speeds. Berger, left-footed, 1-0. It was too easy, and so often it has been. Defensively, Everton have been poor. Terrible place to lose the ball. Here's Stan Collymore. Fowler is charging forward. Barnes, McManaman, all in the area at the moment. Collymore goes on. Fowler, loads of room, and it is the second goal. And you cannot give Robbie Fowler that sort of space. It's a nice cross. That's 3. A comfortable win for Liverpool that put them in contention, but not in control of the title race. In the relegation fight, Sunderland knew they were playing relegation-threatened Southampton, and a big performance was required at Roker Park as Premiership football was survived.
Kelly! Oh, yes! He's got runners. Kelly again. Into Quinn. Back for Kelly! We know he can hit them. He has! He scored! There's a real free-flowing feel to this game now as far as Sunderland are concerned. Quinn, lovely change of feet. It's 4! And Niall Quinn!
An astonishing performance that effectively sealed Sunderland's status as a Premiership club and relegated Southampton. In the midweek, Spurs arrived at Anfield. Liverpool knew they had to beat them to keep the pressure onto Manchester United, but in the end, just wasn't to be.
Can Liverpool create something here? McManaman. Fowler. Barnes trying to flick it over the top. Fowler, has he got him behind? Yes! Oh, goodness me, that was close. John Barnes stands over it. It's a long way out to have a go. You might think about this, you know. He hasn't thought about it. Oh, it's off the bar!
Sometimes your luck's not in. It felt like that was the night Liverpool lost the title. Many Liverpool players trudging off knowing they'd lost it at that night. But there was still a job for Manchester United that had to go away to Filbert Street. And after hearing the results in the night, they knew nothing but a win would do for them.
Scholes to try and close it down, but Neo Lennon to Marshall. Back to Lennon! What a hit, son! What a hit from Neil Lennon! To Jaworski, now placing through to Irwin, who's trying to cross it. He played it well. Irwin, oh! Is that a penalty? It is! It was Muzzy's its fault. So Cantona with the penalty. Call a car as you like. Makes it 1-1. And then Scholes got the ball. Whip it in. Cantona! United are in the lead for the first time in this game. Beckham with the free kick. Will try and whip it in. Cleared it away. Oh no!
It meant going into the final day of the season, Manchester United had a 2-point lead, thanks to a Grayson gift. The lower half of the table, Middlesbrough knew that they had to win, even though survival was not in their hands. They duly did that away to Leeds United at Ellen Road. At Goodison Park, that watched in horror as Chelsea won 2-0 and relegated Everton to the First Division. A shocking result, some say. Coventry City got a 0-0 draw they needed against Tottenham Hotspur to survive. Arizovic and McAllister hoisted aloft as it all made the moment for Forest. They had the hardest job of all. They had to beat Newcastle United at St James's Park to stay up.
Can't get anywhere. It's come as far as Bar Williams. A long way out. Van Hooijdonk on the edge of the box. Van Hooijdonk! He's done it! Forest have been knocking on the door and they've just smashed it in.
Bottom of Christmas to surviving in the Premiership come the end of the year. A phenomenal performance, and congratulations to Nottingham Forest for pulling off Mission Impossible. Top of the table and the title challenge was under. An emotional trip to Hillsborough for Liverpool, who knew they had to win to keep up the pressure.
He's whipped it in, whip it in! A goal for Liverpool! And what a start! Just the kind they wanted! And it is the captain leading the charge, leading by example. Plenty of support in the middle. Back to McManaman, Fowler on the turn, it's 2! And Collymore finding Berger, chips it in for McIntyre, it's 3!
After Liverpool's comprehensive performance, it was all up to Manchester United. Memories of 2 years ago and that fateful day at Upton Park, well, none of it learned around from Ferguson's side that really had learnt a lot, and it was redemption for Andy Cole. Cantona. But goal's onside. That's a nice turn. That's an important goal! And that's redemption probably for Cole. And with that, Eric Cantona lifts the Premiership trophy. Manchester United's club captain has the league. Will he have the European Cup in 10 days' time? Glory for Manchester United, who have won the Premiership. Worthy winners, Manchester United never looked like they were in complete control as they've done in some Premiership seasons, but they came good at the right moments and got their hands on that old trophy for the 4th time in 5 years. And it was by 2 points in the end to Liverpool. Arsenal finished 3rd. Newcastle and Chelsea have also got European football next season. Newly promoted Leicester City, as well as winning the Coca-Cola Cup, have a top half Premiership finish. Southampton, Everton and Middlesbrough were relegated. Coventry survived by goal difference. Sunderland in the end finished 14th. Worrying moments for Blackburn Rovers, who just about held on. Forest in the end finished 15th. Trevor, did the right team win the Premiership in the end? You have to say so. I think Manchester United, what did they lose, 4 games all season? Yeah, you'd have to say so. Into the 80-point mark. I think one of the things to point out with Manchester United is that, albeit they didn't run away with this championship, I mean, they had their really strong spell over the winter period, but they've done well to balance it with their European run. And we were talking about the treble at one point. Yeah, they've got a good squad. Some of their younger players are really coming through. I think David Beckham's going to be an exceptional player for them. But I think Manchester United, you can't argue with the league table. They did deserve it in the end. And Trevor, will Liverpool think to themselves, if only. Maybe they will do. I think a cup win today will certainly sort of go a long way to showing progress for this side. So, if they could turn around and say, we have the FA Cup, we took the best side in English football all the way to the wire, they can look to try and build again for next season, and that's what they've got to continue to do. They've got a couple of players, I think, that are just starting to go past their sell-by date, shall we say. So I can see some players being moved on, but what I do see at the moment is a Liverpool side that are ready and are really trying to look to sort of progress, and it's going to take good leadership to drive that forward for next season. If they lose here today, that's my worry. Can they sort of maintain that? Right, we've had the team sheet, so it's time to meet the teams. First and foremost, we'll start off with Liverpool. And there is the Liverpool team this afternoon. Back three, they're going to play 5 in midfield with Berger and McAteer playing on the wings. Talk us through that team, Trevor. Well, I'm surprised Collymore starts. I know he hasn't, he's got that calf problem, but I think Roy Evans is saying, look, see how long we get with Collymore, and maybe he could either put Berger into partner Fowler, put Bjorneby at the left wing, or maybe think about the young teenage Michael Owen potentially. I think Barnes and Redknapp have got to do a good job and free up Steve McManaman. When they do a good well and they support him, McManaman, Football Writers Player of the Year, has been exceptional. Bad Wright and Matteo today, a back three marking 2 centre forwards. We believe that Middlesbrough will have, certainly is going to be a key factor them. Maybe the goalkeeper could be a point for them. It was James's mistake ultimately that cost Liverpool the cup final last year. Can they sort of turn it around next year? That's Liverpool's side. Let's have a quick check and let's show you the Middlesbrough side. So here is Brian Robson's side, Trevor, and a formation we expected from them. Yeah, I think so. I think you look at that sort of back line, Vickers and Pearson. I think the point for them is Juninho and Emerson have got to protect them better. You look at that wing formation they've got. Cox and Blackmore, Fester and Fleming. I'd say they're probably all more realistically sort of defensively minded players, but they could perform a back six if need be. They could do right back, they could push right forward. I think Middlesbrough are going to play a lot on the wings. Mikhail Beck, great in the air. Fabrizio Ravanelli, quality player. It could come down to the fact today that if Liverpool can keep Ravanelli quiet, they'll have a chance. But again, goalkeeper's got to be a factor. Gary Walsh, was on the bench here for Manchester United a couple of years ago. Got his big moment today in the cup final. It's how you perform, and Wembley's a very unforgiving surface, as it always has been. Well, fans are in the stadium. Everyone's getting going for it. Trevor, want to get your reviews on how you see this afternoon going? I think it'll be a good game. They're two sides that like to pass the ball. They like a good passing game, like to play at pace with wings. I think with the heat today and the Wembley pitch, that might slow Middlesbrough down, so they may not have that 100-mile-an-hour start that you sometimes see. I think from Liverpool, they've got to be prepared to take the game, and if they don't take the game, I think that's be where they will turn around and say, well, that's where we lost the match. But that's what they've got to continue to do. That's where they've got to go. Okay, well, I can see the band getting ready, and they're just about to do a Bye With Me, so let's just enjoy this. Such a wonderful moment when the cup final hymn is sung around Wembley. So all the pageantry is over and we are ready. The 1997 FA Cup final, sponsored by Littlewoods, is ready to go. That's what they're going to fight for today, and who will be climbing those 39 steps at about 4:45 this afternoon to lift it up, as if it doesn't go to extra time. It is Liverpool on your right, Middlesbrough on the left. It's time to throw in your commentary for this one. Trevor Booking and Trevor Davis.
A cup final which some have said is about redemption. For one side, it's ruining lost chances of winning the championship and the opportunity to bring home silverware in their third trip to Wembley in as many years. For the other, it's their second trip this season. On a relegation back to the First Division, can Middlesbrough pull off the ultimate upset? We will find out, as we always do, just after the national anthem, sung here by Tony Hadley. Stirring emotions of the many nationalities on show here for this season's FA Cup final, which has been turned red. Supporters of Liverpool and Middlesbrough getting set. John Barnes leading out Liverpool in his 10th year with the football club, a decade which has promised so much, but under his stewardship in recent years Liverpool have been the great underachievers. For Middlesbrough, it's disappointment of the fact that they have relegation to deal with. But for Liverpool, they have an abundance of choice. Robbie Fowler, 31 goals this season. Partners Stan Collymore, he was 16. Patrick Berger and Jason McAteer preferred on the wings. Barnes is partnered by young Jamie Redknapp. Dominic Matteo, Mark Wright come in central defence. For Middlesbrough here today, Brian Robson has Mikael Beck and Fabrizio Ravanelli on point for them. Curtis Fleming and Gianluca Festa will give support on the wings. Some Brazilian flair in the middle for them today in Janillo and Emerson pass fit. Partnered by some English steel, Steve Vickers and the captain Nigel Pearson. It's a game which either side, when they walked into this, certainly hoped they'd be feeling much happier. Will they be much happier at the final whistle? Liverpool have lost the toss and they will be in their change strip today, so they are in the white shirts and black shorts. Middlesbrough are in their usual home kits, red shirts, white shorts. They're going from right to left. Alongside me today is Trevor Booking to give his views and analysis. And very early on, Trevor, what's your predictions? Who is going to take the FA Cup at the end of today?
Well, as you said earlier, and good afternoon everyone, it's a redemption final, both teams feeling like they should have silverware. One of them's going to get it today, so that free kick. And you've got to say Liverpool are the favourites, but then they were the favourites for most trophies earlier in the season. Middlesbrough obviously facing the Championship, or the First Division next time round, so it really should be Liverpool on paper, but as we know, football is played on grass.
Indeed, many have said that we are due a good cup final. It's been a few years. Last year's, well, it had the dramatic ending, was not a great game. Here's Beckham Ravanelli, and that's a good pass to Gianluca Festa. Goes up against Patrick Berger. Festa again, out wide. Marshalled by Barnes. Here's Cox. Emerson. This is good passing, but perhaps the passing was a little too exuberant. Ball in looking for Beck. And just over the bar, as James watched it all the way. Middlesbrough showing with their traditional 4-4-2, they're not afraid to cross the ball
and Beck was quite unlucky.
He just got under it a little bit. He'll be a bit disappointed with that one, but it's the first shot. It's always a sighter.
Janino with the corner. Middlesbrough have 5 floating in the halfway line. It was towards Emerson. Jason McAteer with the first time clearance. Stan Collymores header down. Liverpool continue with possession. Here's Emerson for Middlesbrough. Nice work to turn back and use his defenders to keep possession. This is Festa who's come central, and it just past Fabrizio Ravanelli, the pass through. Here's Redknapp. Hilbab. Irishman. One of a few Irishmen in the team today. Teammates with Jason McAteer for Liverpool, but of course Curtis Fleming, and on the bench Alan Moore for Middlesbrough today. Here's Beck, Danish international. Festa, Italian trying to combine. Will Beck reach that? He will. Matteo just for a second leapt in, but good restraint shown. Here's Festa up against Berger. Patrick Berger coolly and calmly plays the ball away. Here's Barnes. Matteo. Here's Berger. Little flick. Finding Barnes going long at the moment, looking for Collymore. There's Vickers to head away for Middlesbrough. Now McManaman and Collymore. Good work from Janino. Here's Emerson. That's a lovely little dummy there by Beck, who's been able to get away from Matteo. And that's a lovely challenge from Mark Wright. Really good work from Wright, leaping in, getting across after an excellent dummy. And the game's just starting to speed up after its relatively slow start to the match at the moment. This McManaman, don't want to give him space. It's Fowler, and it flashes wide of Walsh's goal. And Liverpool show just what they're capable of at the cup final. And Fowler here was unlucky.
He was. First shot of the game for Liverpool after a tentative first 10 minutes or so, with both teams just feeling each other out. That man, Robbie Fowler, as you said, 31 goals this season. We'll be looking to add a few more tonight, or today should I say. And he's had a superb season. Should definitely be in consideration for England, I would say.
Glenn Hoddle takes England to 3 games at the end of this month and into early June in Le Tournoi. England, of course, will be playing Italy, France and Brazil in a precursor to next summer's World Cup. Might give us a flavour of what's going on. Here's Ravanelli. He's giving us a flavour of what Middlesbrough are all about today, because he's prepared to run and prepared to work against defenders and has won a corner. Really good play from Ravanelli. Been scoring goals for fun, and is doing so. I feel that both he and Fowler do not want to be on the opposite ends of the season of teams without a trophy. Here's Clayton Blackmore, former Manchester United man. Ravanelli, good turn, and the shot was straight at James. Ravanelli found half a yard. David James was across to clear the ball away, and now Liverpool can move forward with Fowler, Barnes, Redknapp, McAteer, not afraid to get forward, Jason McAteer, and it's for these sort of situations. And he looks to cross it in, but in the end it's just over Pearson. Neil Cox watches it goes past. We've played 90 minutes, Trevor, 0-0. Where do you see the most likely goal arriving today in this cup final?
Well, Liverpool are turning up the pace a little bit, so they're looking to counter Middlesbrough quite quickly. So Middlesbrough just got to be careful when committing men forward. They're finding a lot of space here and causing a lot of overlaps. As here we are with Beck. He might get the ball in here.
Yeah, here's his Beck. Emerson, not afraid to shoot. See what I mean? And the shot ends up being right at David James. And Brian Robson's got to be happy on the touchline. His side at the moment are showing their intent in this game. Good interception from Clayton Blackmore. Curtis Fleming now plays in Janino. His shot takes a deflection. It hit Mark Wright, but it's been picked up by David James. Halfway through the first half, no goals, but lots of intent. Long by James looking for Fowler. Pearson does well to win the header, but Berger will get there. He knows what it is to score at Wembley. He scored a penalty in the final of Euro 96 here as McManaman's effort is blocked. Berger again. And Pearson will pick it away. It's worth reminding here today that penalties are not on the cards. This is the last FA Cup final, which will go to a replay from next season. It must be settled on the day. If we're level at full time, we will play extra time. And then if it is not settled, the Cup will replay Thursday night. Here's McAteer. Space up against Blackmore. Comes inside on his left foot. 3 in the area, all quite close. Berger now just leaping forwards. Collymore, that's a really good block by Nigel Pearson again. It's going to be a corner. Pearson's had a good start to this match as Middlesbrough captain.
Yes, he's led well from the back. Very domineering performance. Middlesbrough just taking it in turns to apply pressure to one another at the moment. Liverpool's turn obviously this time round, but Middlesbrough have certainly made the Liverpool goalkeeper more busy than their own.
Barnes with a corner. He looks for Fowler. Finds him! Oh! It's off the line! Clayton Blackmore. Great corner from Barnes. Fowler won the header. And the former Manchester United man cleared it off the line for Middlesbrough. Here's McAteer trying to get round Fleming, who clears it away. And Middlesbrough, well, was that good luck or was that good defending? Liverpool will feel frustrated. They've had the best opening of the cup final so far. Here's Barnes, Collymore, Jason McAteer. Curtis Fleming dispossesses him. Beck was caught. Referee Gerald Ashby's none moved. Here's Fowler again. Barnes, Collymore! And Collymore hits it straight at Walsh. So some chances have flown in at either end. Certainly there's a much more frenetic and quicker pace than we have seen in previous cup finals. Here's Beck. Now Fester. Janino's in space on the edge of the area. Neil Cox. Emerson slides it into Beck. Oh, fantastic save by James. Beck turning. Middlesbrough forcing yet another chance. Cleverly clearing it away. We've had moments. You wonder at the moment why the goals haven't arrived. It is still 0-0. Here's Berger. 3 in the area to aim for. He's going long towards Collymore. Brilliant header away from Clayton Blackmore. And Fleming, it does well to get it away. And after that breathless sequence, we've got to talk about that priceless clearance from Clayton Blackmore.
Well, it's perfect organisation from the team at the back. Goalkeeper clearly making sure that he had somebody on the post, and it worked magic.
Liverpool preparing to move forward and trying to find players quickly and move on the counter, just as Trevor Brooking has pointed out. But Nigel Pearson again, another good defensive effort back there for Middlesbrough. It was defensively that Middlesbrough have been worried about this season. Beaten 3-1 here by Leicester in the League Cup final. But they have leaked goals to Liverpool. Opening day of the season, 3 apiece at the Riverside. A special comeback by Middlesbrough, but in the League Cup, a competition which Liverpool went out on to Middlesbrough, it was 2-1 at the Riverside. But back in January in the league at Anfield, Liverpool were winners by 5-1. So if Middlesbrough can shore up their words defensively, they might feel they have a chance here today, but they know what it takes and how to beat Liverpool. Not many sides can say that this season. McAteer headed away by Pearson again, and just didn't quite catch that there, Steve McManaman, as it flashes wide. 5 minutes to go. It's been a good game, some could say.
It has. We've somehow not had a goal, but I think the two teams' formations are complementing for an entertaining match. Obviously, the midfield of Middlesbrough can outnumber and overload the three-man Liverpool defence, but at the same time it leaves them open to a counter-attack. So in terms of a good football match, it leaves it well open for some great attacking football from both sides.
The one thing you do have at Wembley, especially on a warm day like today, it's a very wide pitch and players' legs can go in the second half. Beck showing that his legs haven't gone, and he's done really well to keep that ball in. Matheo's across, there's Barnes. Festa. Juninho, the Brazilian, capable of a bit of magic. Emerson, real steal in there to go alongside him. Here's Cox. Just waiting for the opportunity to cross. Liverpool do well, that was really good work. Now Redknapp. Wright. Only player on the pitch to say that they have scored a goal in the World Cup, Mark Wright. It was 7 years ago against Egypt in the World Cup of 1990. Will he have an FA Cup winners medal to show for the one that was his face in 1992? At the moment, though, we're going to have to wait for this story to conclude. The first half has shown us that there is potential. Let's hope the second half shows us it's a classic. Half time here, it's Liverpool 0, Middlesbrough 0. Well, if you've just tuned in, folks, it's 0-0 at the moment between Liverpool and Middlesbrough in the cup final. It's been a tense afternoon, but it's not been the great game that we hoped at the moment. No, and if you are hoping for a great game, I wouldn't worry. I think we are going to get it. Just a little bit of patience required, and there's a reason for that. I kind of think this has been a little bit of an early stages of a boxing match. Both sides just trying to feel each other out, try and find the right moments. And I think that could be a factor today. I kind of think overall, in terms of the game, there have been moments, but yeah, a little bit of spark perhaps lacking from the game. But what about yourself, Trevor, on this at the moment? Who's more likely to win, Middlesbrough or Liverpool at the moment? At the moment, it's going to be a side that takes chances. I'm not necessarily sure Stan Collymore 100% fit, and I think that's showing at the moment. But Liverpool at the moment, in terms of the midfield, can't quite get McManaman in the game. And you've got to credit Middlesbrough in the way in which they've been able to deal with that. Middlesbrough have found a bit more space on the wing. I think Liverpool are playing a bit too narrow. And it's interesting. It's just if you're a fan of football in terms of its tactical nuances, I think you would have found that 45 minutes fascinating. Even in the purest form, you might have been perhaps having a cup of tea and be waiting for the second half. But I think the way this game is poised, it is poised to really take off. Let's have a look at some of the key points and some of the highlights from that first half. And it was an early moment here for Mikhail Beck here, wasn't there? Yeah, it's a nice cross, but in truth, he's always marching backwards. The head is very difficult to get. What about this effort by Fowler? Well, again, it just shows you, if once you get McManaman in space, what he can do. But I think Fowler here, he's marked tightly. He's not able really to turn as well as he'd like. And this effort from Juninho. Well, again, Juninho finds a bit of space, but goes quickly. And Mark Wright, you know, it's quite lucky, to be fair, that the deflection lands where it does with James. He talks about Collymore not being fit. Talk us through what you mean. Well, if you have a look at this when Collymore goes, rather than try and take it across his body and fire it in with his left, he panics and just sort of stabs it in with his right, and I think that's a problem. And that was the best chance, wasn't it, of the game so far? Yeah, it really was. Beck's effort, really good save, that is, by David James. Really have to commend a top-class bit of football. That was a really, really good save. Classic stuff. Well, we're going to pick the game up, and we've got the second half coming up very shortly. But now it's time for you. You might have seen it before. Why not? We'll show it to you again. It's a fantastic collection. It's our goal of the season competition. You pick your top three.
early in the second half. Gets the ball in towards Dennis Bergkamp. Lovely control. Bergkamp! And just like that, they get the start to the second half that they needed. And Dennis Bergkamp.
York to Townsend. Milosevic is further forward. Townsend's cross. Boy, to go one. Milosevic! That was a volley of pure genius.
Ginola. Oh, that's Ferdinand! That's amazing! Amazing goal! Oh, that's the goal his performance has deserved!
For an unmarked David Beckham, feature of England's performance. Gascoigne, Ince, Sheringham, good strength, still Sheringham, lovely goal, lovely goal.
Winterburn still got it, Taylor dives in, but Winterburn still has possession, so advantage is played by Mr. Rennie. Here's Mason now. Dennis Bergkamp. You're right, back to Bergkamp. Can Bergkamp score? He can. 2-0. How easy is that?
And every time Sunderland have gone long, it's caused Arsenal problems. Here's Blatt. Now it's Hughes. Bergkamp. Right. Goes for goal! Oh, what a goal! It was going to take a moment of genius, and as pure as you can get, Ian Wright has delivered it. Beckham. Beckham's ball in. Cantona! Oh, that's amazing! He's just taken an opportunity out of nowhere.
Going to do the England international. Peter Beardsley, Batty, back to Beardsley, shoots! It's wonderful from Peter Beardsley! Carragher lumps it forward to McManaman. It's a good header to Fowler. Now Berger, back to Robbie Fowler. McManaman. Oh, what a goal from Steve McManaman! He's broken Sunderland hearts! And is that the goal? To wrap up the title for Liverpool? And it comes up to Shearer. Rob Lee to Ferdinand. Now Shearer. Now Beardsley. Oh, it's a lovely ball, and David Ginola, the substitute, is away. Ginola for Newcastle. Scores!
Trevor, based on what you've heard, what gets your vote as the goal of the season? I'm going to have to go with Les Ferdinand's bicycle kick. I thought that was my favourite, my goal of the season. Was classic. Trevor, Eric Cantona's, that little flick with the outside of his foot, and then the finish, just so perfectly hit. Wonderful goal. That really was terrific. See, for me, it's Milosevic for Aston Villa's goal. I thought that was the best, but there you go. I'm just a fan. Speaking of fans, the second half's about to kick off, so let's go back and join your commentary team of Trevor and Trevor.
Thank you very much. Well, I've counted all 22 players back out. There are no changes at half-time, although I did see young 17-year-old Michael Owen warming up for Liverpool. That's a good-looking ball. That's offside. Which official today using the power of the naked eye to give a correct decision. How unfortunate. And this is a change-up. Young Michael Owen has come on for Stan Collymore. What do you make of that one, Trevor?
Well, he's certainly a different kind of striker to Stan Collymore. He's got some electric pace on him, and he's shown a lot of promise at such a young age. He could certainly surprise the Middlesbrough defence today if they're not aware of him.
Here is Beck. Matteo is trying to make sure that everyone in white is aware of the danger arriving in the men in red shirts. Cox, good interception by Berger. Owen, his first touch in the cup final. There's Fowler, and there's Michael Owen. Pace, 1-1. Oh! That is schoolboy's own stuff. He's only been on the pitch a couple of minutes. His second touch, the young 17-year-old comes on and puts Liverpool in the lead in the cup final. You couldn't write the script, could you?
Well, just like that electric pace that I warned about. He was just sitting on the shoulder of the last defender, and he just used that bit of pace to get away from his man. And the finish, well, you'd think that would be a seasoned veteran, not a 17-year-old. Fantastic stuff. If he keeps playing like this, Glenn Hoddle's going to have to pay attention.
Michael Owen strikes just his second goal for Liverpool. Wonderful moment for him and for Liverpool. He's half the stage of Wembley is jumping for joy. The other half is despondent, but there is still plenty of time to go. Of course, Middlesbrough know what it's like to be behind in a Wembley Cup final, as they experienced back in the beginning of April, the Coca-Cola Cup final. Liverpool with the lead. Is it a deserved lead, Trevor, would you say?
It's hard to say. We've had a lot of chances for both sides, so I would argue there should have been a goal already. So it's not exactly against the run of play, but I would say Middlesbrough have probably had the better chances in between. But Liverpool have started the second half excellently.
Well, the substitutions made by Roy Evans has sometimes been questioned this season. Collymore looked desperately upset, but might have been smiling through gritted teeth in that moment. Baba's just caught Ravanelli, so he and Janini are over this free kick. Blackmore is forward, and it will be headed away by Berger. Now Fowler. Matteo. That's not a great clearance. Here's Ravanelli. Beck trying to find room. Mikael Beck. Good block by Mark Wright, and it is cleared away. Here's Fowler. Owen. So assured, and wonders that confidence does. Here's McManaman. Scored some important goals for Liverpool. Went for the shots, but Emerson had blocked it. Barnes. Certainly with the wind in their sails now. Emerson back in. Here's Fester to Beck. Ravanelli. Wright dispossesses him. Babb. That's a poor ball by Babb, but he will get another attempt to play it away. Berger. It's an out.
I think Wright's had an excellent game at the back for Liverpool. He's had some excellent challenges made at important moments too.
Indeed, both centre-halves excelling in the game at the moment, which is why we are only with the single goal in the match thus far. Certainly lots of intent. Here is Fleming. 4 in the area to aim for on his cross. Cross never makes it because it was deflected. Referee says corner. Juninho to take. Middlesbrough's third of the day. 3 minutes short of the hour. Babb does well to get there ahead of Fester, but the clearances are great. Here's Cox. It's intricate, but it's not quite what's required. Now Liverpool can break. Owen. Fowler. Liverpool fans wanted it played to the young man, and quickly. Neil Cox. Beck is not afraid to come wide. Emerson. And that man, Mark Wright, again coming in and making another great challenge. Barnes. Just left it Fowler as McManaman's ball came in, looking for Owen. Emerson. Barnes dispossessing and right again. Getting a ball back to James. And looking to win the flick on. Vickers was there first. Ravanelli. Matteo clears. McManaman will run. Owen won't reach that. Blackmore showing that all those years at the top flight he was able to deal with the young man, but pace is certainly going to frighten defenders, and young Owen's shown he's got bags of it at the moment. We'll just wait and see what happens here. Here's Fowler. There is Vickers to play it back. Middlesbrough will be hoping to make their way back into the match. Trevor, how do you see Middlesbrough, if they can, get back into this cup final?
Well, they've been doing all the right things apart from the final ball. The last pass just isn't making it through the defence, and that's partly down to Liverpool's defence being stellar. But also, they've been a bit sloppy in the final phase of play. So they need to be better at that if they want to get back into this match.
There's a chance for Beck. Another really good challenge by Wright. Good clearance away. Fleming. It's Beck. Chance. It's deflected wide. Oh, goodness gracious. How close was this? A poor clearance by Liverpool, which was well dealt on by Beck, getting the back of there and McAteer. And Beck, it's a priceless clearance by Jamie Redknapp in the end that stops that.
We're going to start wondering what they've got to do to score.
Change has been made by Brian Robson. Craig Hignett has come on for Mikael Beck. Headed away by McManaman. Here's Cox. Middlesbrough have got to go for this. It's strangely brought on a midfielder to replace the striker, so either Brian Robson knows something we don't, but it's not uncommon for a midfielder to come on for a centre forward, just perhaps not when you're trying to chase the game.
Could possibly be employing a change of shape, perhaps. But you would want more goal scorers on the pitch when you're behind, so we'll see how Robson interprets that.
Flick on. Walsh is there. Was on the bench 2 years ago when Manchester United lost to Everton. Gary Walsh getting his go on the mainstay. Told me this morning he had a phone call from Alec Ferguson wishing him good luck for the final. Former player of his. Fowler. Barnes. This is intricate. This is Berger. Oh, and Barnes arrived on the ball, but arrived and headed it wide. So Fleming's afternoon is over. On comes Alan Moore, the Irishman who's made 22 appearances this season. He comes on to make his 23rd. 2 changes by Robson. Moore a winger, Hignett a midfielder. One's like for like, one is a change. This is Berger. Good strength, but Emerson is back for Middlesbrough. Here is Hignett, the substitute. It's a nice ball to Janino. And then he gets there. Oh, here's Alan Moore. His first touch in the cup final is the equaliser. Amazing. Well, Brian Robson surely knows something that the commentary tour doesn't. Middlesbrough have equalised. They are back in the tie. Substitutions pay dividends for Liverpool, whose defences have been breached. 73 minutes gone. It is Liverpool 1, Middlesbrough 1.
Well, Brian Robson thought, substitute scored, maybe I should put one on that does exactly the same, and that's exactly what's happened. You would have thought that substitutes would be playing such a huge role in this, but look at that, the Liverpool defence completely out of shape, falls asleep at the back, leaving him in all kinds of space. As you see there, number 5 got dragged out of position, which left a huge hole at the back, and they exploited it, and the finish is quite simply excellent, and it's the best shot they've had all game, and they made use of it.
Being used to marking Curtis Fleming, perhaps that's where Alan Moore found his way through. Roy Evans has responded and Stig Bjornaby has come on for Patrick Berger. So 1 apiece with 17 minutes to go in the FA Cup final. A reminder that If we are level after 90 minutes, we will go to extra time, but there will not be the option of a penalty competition to settle this afternoon. If we are level after 90 minutes and 120 minutes, we'll be back here at Thursday at 8 o'clock. Sure, that beats watching EastEnders anyway. So a change made for Liverpool. Michael Thomas has come on for Steve McManaman. Another change in formation. Thomas, very capable midfielder for Liverpool. In fact, has scored an FA Cup winning goal before, just 5 years ago. A beauty for Liverpool. Bjornaby getting stuck in straight away. That's not a great clearance. Hignett. Ravanelli! Oh, Ravanelli! That's the first opening he's had all match. And Middlesbrough have turned this around. 2 goals in 3 minutes. And Liverpool are utterly stunned. Fabrizio Ravanelli comes on to get his 31st goal of the season. And maybe the most important, because the side which is relegated is leading the cup final. Amazing.
Well, that man doesn't need a second invitation, does he? And another substitute being heavily involved in there as well. Hignett causing all kinds of problems. But this man doesn't need a second invitation to an opportunity like that. He's got all the quality in the world. He's one of the best strikers on the planet right now. And goodness me, Liverpool's final has just been turned on its head. They were in complete control 10 minutes ago, and now it's all gone to pot.
2 goals in 3 minutes. Middlesbrough producing the sort of comebacks we haven't seen since probably the 5-minute final of 1979. Here's James, and Liverpool have got to pick themselves up and try and find the resolve to get back into the match. A reminder that 2 minutes into the start of the second half, young Michael Owen scored for Liverpool and put them ahead. Since then, it's completely changed around in the last few moments. It is the Middlesbrough fans that are absolutely delighted that you can hear at the moment. Barnes, Thomas, Fowler, Owen, lovely challenge from Vickers for Middlesbrough. That was brilliant and rightly getting a round of applause. Liverpool themselves lost out on the league championship by 2 points in the end to Manchester United, who they beat to play them. Here's Moore. Good header away by Wright. Juninho. Emerson. Ravanelli looking for Hignett. Matteo is across. Redknapp. Liverpool trying to get back into the match, get their passing game going, but they're going to run out of time for that. It may be a case for plan B. Here's Bab. Easily picked up by Vickers. That's a tired ball out. Here's Blackmore. Ravanelli. Juninho. Out wide for Alan Moore. Looking for Juninho. Brilliant work by Thomas to come in. And from Redknapp. Will they get Liverpool going? Middlesbrough have defended stoutly here though today. But Pearson has just caught Fowler. Quickly, Trevor, just to ask you, who is your choice for man of the match at the moment?
Well, it was going to be Wright at the back, but of course he got dragged out of position for that initial goal. It's hard to say at this point, but the substitutions have been superb today, and in the second half Hignett has been a menace for Middlesbrough, so at the moment I think he edges it.
Here's Festa. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it unfairly because Bjornaby caught him, and this is a booking here in the cup final. Bjornaby will stay on. I suspect he's pushed Festa away. I've seen red cards issued for them, you know.
A pullback, that's something out of the wrestling world rather than football, but there we go. We've got away with a yellow. Reds have been given for less, I have to say.
Here's Owen. Barnes. Clever ball. Owen, just looked to play it back to Thomas when the wrong pass wasn't there, the young man. Cox looking to play him more. Nearly did. Good defending. Liverpool fans frustrated, and justifiably so. Their side at the moment are 2 minutes away from losing the FA Cup, having lost the League Championship. Finalist in UEFA Cup, also finalists in the League Cup. Liverpool were hoping this was their day to find some redemption in their season. But the Cup is known for its shocks, and as things stand, Middlesbrough are holding on to a huge shock. We wait for time added on. I make it about 2 minutes or so. Here's Ravanelli. Barnes still going. Decade at the helm for Liverpool. Blackmore in space for Middlesbrough. Surely not. Headed away by Matteo. Owen. Fowler. Been a bit of a passenger today, it has to be said. Barnes. Now it's to Bjornaby. He's got to deliver a good cross, Liverpool fans will be hoping. He's put a good one in. And Vickers dives across and heads to the way. A corner, and this is Liverpool's season. Owen and McAteer gone short. Janino and the very tired Gianluca Festa is running near us. Barnes puts it in. It's headed back. It's Thomas! What a block that was by Alan Moore. Redknapp. Bjornaby. Liverpool trying to find an equaliser. Cox has got it away. Hignett. So calm and controlled on the ball. Now he's got more out wide of him. We play 4 minutes of added on time. And that's a frustrated challenge from John Barnes. The Liverpool captain will be spoken to here by Gerald Ashby. Deeply frustrated. But he's seen his side go from complete control to complete disaster. Middlesbrough fans know they're nearly there.
He's not had the best of afternoons, is John Barnes.
Oh! Fantastic save, Ravanelli's effort, and the flag has gone up. Festa's header here. Oh, Ravanelli was offside. Barr and James, it's not going to matter. Middlesbrough very nearly settled it. And their fans are just baying for that final whistle. It's the most remarkable cup final. Middlesbrough relegated to the first division, have the FA Cup to defend. Liverpool, a season which promised so much just 6 weeks ago, ends trophyless. And Michael Owen, the young man walking off, is devastated. There'll come another time. The Middlesbrough captain, Nigel Pearson, what a performance he put in today. Defensively near perfect, and in that he's going to be able to go pick up the FA Cup. Such frustration for Liverpool fans, but Middlesbrough, well, 2 out of 3 came true. But I'm sure Nigel Pearson has dreamt of this, and sometimes dreams do come true. Middlesbrough win their first major trophy in English football, and it's the FA Cup, and I don't think it gets bigger than that. Well, congratulations to Middlesbrough Football Club. First major honours, FA Cup winners here of 1997. Really upset the apple cart and beaten the Liverpool side that really don't know what has happened to them. And there's Nigel Pearson with the cup. I'm sure that'll ease the pain ever so slightly of relegation, as Brian Robson said, but a famous moment for them and a famous afternoon for old Wembley and for our show. Yeah, I have to say, I thought when you look back on the match sort of overall, you've got to turn around and say that realistically Middlesbrough deserved it, really. I think Liverpool, they had it all in their grasp. They had it all to do. And when it came to it, you know, they just seemed to fell apart right after they scored. And that was the biggest problem for them. Middlesbrough deserved winners? Yeah, you'd say so. I think Liverpool, for me, they just looked tired towards the end of the game. They tried to get themselves back into it. I think Middlesbrough had learnt from their cup final experience earlier on this year. I don't think Liverpool did. You know, they had the lead, they had the momentum, they couldn't capitalise on it. And you've got to turn around and sort of congratulate the performance that was. It was a fine performance, I thought, in the end by Middlesbrough. Well, let's have a look, shall we, at the highlights of the second half for all those tuning in. And it started off brilliantly for Liverpool, didn't it? And young Michael Owen, I wonder if we'll know a thing or two about him. I love this. You've got to see this. So when Fowler plays him through, look at that turn of pace to get away from Pearson. Just brilliant. And when he's one-on-one, you see him take one touch, whites of his eyes lights up, and he sees Gary Walsh, and he just fires it past him with fantastic accuracy. It's a great pass by Fowler, but Michael Owen here, this pace is just absolutely electric. And then when he finishes it here, it's just brilliant. Really good goal. But Middlesbrough made a chances to try and get back. Yeah, they did. You know, Beck finding room here. Good work by Wright, making another block, but certainly was the more lively centre forwards. He was definitely kept there. Well, this moment here for Beck again, you thought that was it, wasn't it? That was a big chance, but, you know, substitutions were key to it, and when Alan Moore came on, suddenly, then the players were looking for Fleming, had to look for more. Well, his first touch takes him through on goal, one-on-one with James, and good finish. Yeah, cool, calm finish under pressure, and what turned out to be the winning goal in the end. Well, it's poor defending in the end. It's a really bad pass out in the end. And when it comes to Ravanelli, you look at him when he gets this, he just goes first time. That's all he's thinking about. Hignett plays to him. You know, Michael Thomas will kick himself for that sort of losing pass. But there he goes. Ravanelli, first time, into the corner. No chance, James. Really good goal that was in. Now, should Bjornaby still be on the pitch? Potentially, but we'll wait and see. And it was nearly all over at 3, wasn't it? Yeah, off the bar. I think Liverpool were very, very lucky, really, in the end, not to be beaten by a third goal. But you can't argue with the way Middlesbrough played today. They played some excellent football, and they deserved to win it overall. Well, and just one result to bring you this afternoon of the Scottish Cup final, to let you know that Kilmarnock have beaten Falkirk by 1-0. So that is the results of the Scottish Cup final for you to bring to you. As for us here at Wembley today, it was Middlesbrough's moment. They won their first major trophy. They really have rewritten history. Liverpool finish the season with nil par. For Middlesbrough, there's a lot up in the air. At least they'll be able to throw the cup in the air. Bye-bye.
Cox, good interception by Berger. Owen, his first touch in the cup final. There's Fowler, and there's Michael Owen. Pace, 1-on-1. Oh! That is schoolboy's own stuff. He's only been on the pitch a couple of minutes. His second touch, the young 17-year-old comes on and puts Liverpool in the lead in the cup final. Here is Hignett, the substitute. It's a nice ball to Juninho, and then he gets there. Oh, here's Alan Moore. His first touch in the cup final is the equaliser. Amazing. Well, Brian Robson surely knows something that the commentary tour doesn't. Middlesbrough have equalised. They are back in the tie. Substitutions pay dividends for Liverpool, whose defences have been breached. 73 minutes gone. It is Liverpool 1, Middlesbrough 1. Bjornaby getting stuck in straight away. That's not a great clearance. Hignett. Ravanelli! Oh, Ravanelli! That's the first opening he's had all match. And Middlesbrough have turned this around. 2 goals in 3 minutes.
and Liverpool are utterly stunned.